Hello, and welcome to yet another Q&A Thursday right here at The Rag Company on The Rag Company Podcast YouTube channel. I'm Dane Hennon. To my right, Levi Gates.
Oh, hey, what's going on, Dane?
Hey, you're sounding better-ish, but
yes.
Not quite all there. But
no, my
you're
voice
making
is
your way.
Making its way slowly back.
Yes.
It's like you crawling up the sand dunes when you had to roll down so many times.
That was a lot. Yeah. And to my left, Anthony Fisher.
Glad to be here, Dane. Thanks for having me. I sound just fine.
You sound significantly better. So
thank you. Appreciate that. So welcome to Q&A Thursday, where we answer your detailing questions for 2 hours straight. Well, technically 2 hours with a small break, but we have a lot of fun here, right? We answer questions. We create lore to all of our stories and all sorts of fun things.
It's really delightful.
And every once in a while, we talk about life and we go off on tangents where, of course, we just have more and more fun. So with that said... Yeah. Dane, it is Thursday, and we just had a small teaser video of something pretty cool on the screen.
Well, it's that time of year again, as we've now made it our time of year for TR SEMA.
It's coming. It's coming. Get ready.
That's right. So, you know how detailing season kind of kicks off at the end of March, early April? That's, for a lot of people who don't necessarily live in a constantly warm climate, they live in a place with seasons, right? You gotta wait a little bit before all the stuff moves out of its way and spring makes its way and you're ready to go. That's when we kick off TR SEMA, because that's when people are looking to find out what's new in detailing.
Yeah.
So we bring it to them.
Well, I'm excited for that. It's going to be coming up first week of April 3rd through the 6th. We're going to be live broadcasting every day with all of those great brands. You guys will get to tune in and watch and enjoy. And we've got some other special guests. I was on the phone with Jeff ordering plane tickets for folks.
Oh, okay. So we got some special extras.
I've been working on the hotel, the friends at Home to Suites.
Yeah.
Yes.
Getting the hotels booked, the rooms booked for all of the guests that are coming.
Only the finest.
Only the finest here at the Rag Company. Flying Delta, drinking Pepsi products, getting to have delicious lunches.
It's Coke on the plane.
Well, and the Coke on the plane, yes. But once they land,
then
Pepsi
they're traded
products,
to the true luxury.
and the real luxury, the Home to Suites.
Yeah. Just a jaunt away from Chip Cookie as well as Trader Joe's.
That is true. It's across the street.
Where you could stock up and store it at your Home to Suites.
Snacks, drinks.
Mini kitchenette.
You could cook a full dinner for 10.
If you wanted to.
In a microwave.
In a microwave. Well, there's an oven and a stove.
Yeah, okay, there you go.
Cook up a pot of beans.
Ah, delicious.
Not how I thought the show would start. But anyway,
Portuguese
this is
beans.
about TR SEMA. That's right, the Rag Company Media Access Show. And basically the way it works, if you've never watched it before, it's a multi-day live stream event centered around detailing. So you're going to have
virtual trade show, if you will.
Yeah, virtual trade show. You're going to have live demos. It's not you just hanging out on a website waiting for somebody to show up, though. It's actually interactive. You can pop in the chat. You can talk to the people who are actually doing the demos. Yeah. It's a lot of fun, and it's probably the best way for you to get in touch with a lot of these people, because otherwise they're out and about. But here we got them on the spot, and we can ask them the questions that you want to ask. So it's fun. Yeah, it's just a lot more engaging and a lot more entertaining because it's got that TRC spin on it.
There we go.
Couldn't agree more, Dane. Well, with that said, I think housekeeping is in order. Me and Levi have been out for a couple days, and I'm feeling a lot better. Levi is feeling better.
I feel fine. I just don't have a voice.
Maybe you should just not talk.
Yeah, so we'll wait
Thursday.
for people when they ask questions today. We're going to be like, is that one directed to Levi? Because only give Levi a question if you really need Levi to answer it.
Yeah. We don't want to
we'll see what happens.
Don't go dying on us.
Don't
right?
break the man.
So housekeeping things here. Obviously, we've been shooting a lot of the content for TR SEMA. That's been our biggest goal. Then behind the scenes, been working on more of the Grand Ambassador stuff coming up for this, I guess, April-ish, May-ish is I think when everything will kind of kick off. And working on that, which has been a lot of fun. And at this point in time, we have just kind of we have our heads down. We haven't really released any new products in the last few weeks. But hopefully you guys have been enjoying all of the other releases, right? Everything from the blue utility brush, the Ultra Clay Scrubber that was released. I mean, what else? I'm skipping something.
The Wolf Pack?
Oh, the Wolf Pack, of course. The Wolf Pack. There's been a bunch of other great products out, but we do have a few more tricks up our sleeve for later this month. So with that said, Dane, I think it's time to answer some detailing.
Before we get there, we do got to say a couple more.
Yes.
I got a couple
He's
more.
He's got more.
Oh, don't.
I have a voice that kind of works, so I'm going to use it. I'm going to burn it
Oh,
Okay, you can tell me what you want me
to get to
what
the
say.
end of this. So,
Okay.
best way to find out about all the new products and all the new stuff and everything that's going to be happening and coming for
yeah.
TRCMA,
yeah.
sign up for the newsletter.
Boom.
Go to the
Yeah.
website, scroll to the bottom, sign up for the details. Make sure it doesn't go in your clutter, your spam, any of those weird spots. Make sure you have it in your main account so you can see it, so you can get stuff. You can find out what's
Yes.
happening. Also, Anthony, turn around, open up that fridge, pull out those cans.
How about that?
Our friends at Pepsi dropped off something sweet and tasty for each of us.
Oh, and there is.
And I've already got one, so we're good here.
Dana,
I've got one of these.
you can put it in front of your spot.
Oh, we got another one. Oh dear. Okay.
So
Wow, this Levi.
These look familiar.
What is this?
our friends at Pepsi, they know we love Mountain Dew. They know we love Mountain Dew Energy specifically as our favorite. Almost many would say Rag Company approved. Maybe
Wow.
not. I don't know if I should say that. But it's the energy drink that everybody really likes here.
Yeah.
So they made their newest flavor, Pitch Black.
Okay.
Okay, so can I go ahead and
You can crack that. That's your
crack
bad
this
boy.
thing open and give
I
you
can get
guys
mine
a
open.
first review, a world's first, right? Here at the Rag
I
Company.
assume so. I can't
podcast
open
channel.
it. My
You
nails,
really got a wedge.
my
You
nails
gotta
and fingers don't work.
push down on the front end, pull up on the back end. It works.
Oh, there we
you
go.
go.
We got
See?
it.
Yeah.
Thank you, Dane.
All right, we're gonna sip on
Little
3.
leverage.
Ooh.
All right,
we
cheers,
go.
boys.
So the last time we drank this in Mountain Dew form,
I actually like this a lot better than the Mountain Dew version.
the Mountain Dew version tasted like Robitussin cough syrup.
Yes.
It was
It was in
okay.
that ballpark.
It was nice cold.
Yeah.
But
Cold
this,
helps.
I agree. I think this tastes better. It's almost like a grape punch.
Yeah, this is closer to a grape punch.
Still pretty Robitussin-y, in my opinion.
Yeah.
It's pretty good. It's like brisk iced tea, right?
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
It's
a great
not
marketing
bad. and
I
it's
do
not
like that we give them our actual honest review of a
Yeah,
product.
no, it wouldn't be fair if we didn't. We have to be real about
So it's
it.
nice of them to do that for us.
I could see that, if you were to go to the store and maybe you're a big fan of
Grape
grape things,
beverages.
you might drink this and go, wow, that's pretty good. Myself, I like more of the lighter citrusy flavors, but
Sure. Mango peach
with
Dawn
that said,
comes to
I'm
mind.
definitely down to have some immune support as well as a mental boost and
Well,
Zero sugar.
And
all I'm
5%
saying
juice.
is it's
Yeah.
a can
It's
of
also
purple.
got zinc, so it'll help my throat, as
Yep.
well as vitamins A and C and some antioxidants.
If he's speaking with a clear voice by the end of this show, then you know there's something crazy
I will
going
be
on
surprised.
in that can.
So,
right.
see, as you can see, I've got my juice and I got my
Yeah.
water.
Just a little
All right.
bit.
All right,
So,
Dane.
good.
Yeah,
Dane,
I
get
think
us-
we've
started
covered
here.
bases. All right, starting off as we like to do with Dan Pfeiffer. Holy cow, I got 5 pages already. This is great. Dan Pfeiffer saying, good afternoon and word up from Minnesota, USA. Happy Friday Eve, TRC crew. What a long week it has been. Looking forward to getting this party started. Couldn't agree
Nice,
more, Dan.
nice.
Couldn't agree more.
And then we got a quality touch in here. It says, I plan on getting a nice haul. And items I'm curious about are both forced pre-cleaner and pre-wash. Are they necessarily basically? Another question is with absolute. Can I wash 2 or more cars with 1 5-gallon mixture? No remix necessary. Thanks. So in terms of forced and pre-wash, I don't know what pre-wash you're referring to. Forced is the pre-cleaner.
Unless that's what he's saying.
Yeah, I mean, there's
wording
stirring a
was a
gloss
little
doesn't really. I mean, you
confusing
can if you wanted to count snow as being their pre-foam, you can count that as that. But forced and snow are very different from each other. And
I think what he means is, I'm curious, are both forced pre-cleaner and as a pre-wash, are they necessary, basically?
Oh,
I think he's asking if the
necessary?
pre-wash, using a pre-cleaner as a pre-wash,
sure.
is necessary. If the car's dirty enough, yes.
Yeah, it depends on the car.
If you're doing what Anthony's thinking, which is forced and snow, yes. If the car's dirty enough, then yes.
Yeah, you could do some spritzes of forced and then snow it up, let it dwell, rinse it, and then go in with a bucket wash if you want to.
You
do
can
it that
even
way.
mix a little forced in your snow
You can. Right?
and have a good time with that as well.
And as far as can you wash 2 or more cars with one 5-gallon mix, you can. It really just depends on how dirty the cars are and what you feel comfortable doing. If it's really nasty looking absolute in the bucket after one wash, probably worth changing it out. I mean, it's
Yeah.
only going to cost you like 10 cents or
Yeah.
probably more than that, 25 cents to just mix up another batch. So it's up to you.
Not a ton, though. So
We have Peter Brookins saying, good afternoon, TRC team, from the California Valley, just south of Sacramento. So not the deep south, but the somewhat deepish
You're
south.
getting there.
Happy Friday Eve. And he says,
Happy Friday, Pete.
last week, you spent some time talking about a dealer-installed product.
Yeah.
Thank you for the information on that. That was extremely helpful. They do make it sound like it's the best thing to have.
They market pretty hard, and it is all bluster.
And he says, when I was in my early stages of car care years ago, the Acura dealership did get me on a product called the Touch of Class.
With a name like that,
was also
I can't
made by
blame them.
Resistol.
Yeah, it's still the
Touch of
same
Class.
It's the same stuff. It's made by Resistol.
I hate that name.
Of class.
And
I
they
think
sold
that's
it exactly the way Levi was describing.
Yeah.
Yep. Now looking back on it, it totally was a placebo effect. Recently, I was offered to purchase a product called Silajet. Yeah, I graciously declined it. Have either of you come across this product before? I have not come across
Yes,
Silajet.
I have. So Silajet, same thing as Resistol, as Touch of Class, as the Silajet. There's one other one. It's a armadillo little
What's
logo.
Is there one called like something armor plate?
Armor plate,
whatever
yeah,
that-
something like that.
Plate, something.
It's an armadillo.
Permaplate.
Permaplate.
That's what
the
my,
name.
my Tacoma had. I
Yeah.
didn't even get an ask. They just put a little sticker on there
Yeah.
and said it had it, and I was like,
Yeah. So
All right,
I know it's
anything.
BS,
It
but-
had the sticker.
yeah,
Yeah.
Permaplate,
That's how you know.
Silajet, all those companies are those. They are warranty companies that the dealership is selling you to make more money.
yeah, it's not a coating company. It's a warranty company.
It's a warranty company. And they're betting on the fact that you will pay $2,000 for all of their products and never call them again. That's what they're hoping for.
And most people don't.
And most people don't. The problem comes is
Honestly,
when
it's great. It's a great tactic to make some great
It's-
money.
It's slimy,
it's
but it
so
works.
so
smart.
slimy. It's so slimy.
But it's
so
very
smart.
slimy.
Like, you know, those guys are probably on their own island somewhere.
Oh, yeah, totally. No,
being like,
they are,
what a
100%.
bunch of suckers out there. And
Yeah,
Yeah.
especially because the product that they're making, there's such a low cost that they will give it to the dealership for free
yeah.
many times. So the dealership is just like, wow, we're just making
This
money.
is awesome.
So, but it does put up a barrier for a lot of us in the automotive car care industry because we have to tell our customers that they basically got swindled. So what I used to do is I would tell my customers if they mentioned that or they had, like you, a sticker on there.
Nobody wants to feel like they just got taken advantage
But
of.
if they had
Yeah.
a sticker on there like you, where you were like, it was just on the truck when I got it.
But having worked here for quite a few years already, I looked at that when I go, that's
So here's the
probably
reason.
BS.
Here's the reason they did it.
Yeah.
On a lease, they will install.
I was going to say, it wasn't even something they brought up to me as a line item. It was probably
Yeah.
just baked into the price, but as a lease, it didn't really.
They
factor
will
in.
install it on a lease
Yeah.
for the fact that they can state,
When it eventually gets
we
sold.
did that, we put this on, here's this, we protected ourselves on the lease, and it helps when you sell the car back because the dealership goes, oh, well, they did do the protection package.
Yeah.
And what the
Certified
dealership
pre-owned.
says then is, oh, well, let's get that company to pay for the detail.
Yeah.
So the key is I just told customers, oh, if you paid for that, cool, file a claim. Do you have the book in your car? Oh, yeah, I do. It's right here. Awesome. Call this number. Take pictures of your dirty car. Fill it out. It's all online. They will send you a check. Take that check, and then you can come in and see me, and I will clean your vehicle for you. And all of a sudden they're like, I didn't know that was what it was.
It's like hacking the system.
And you pull out the fine print and it goes, it'll cover a detail once, twice, 3 times a year, up to 3 times a year and up to a certain amount. And they would go, oh my gosh, I didn't even know that. Okay, now I feel better.
Yeah, because they're not going to explain that part to you when you get it.
No, and that company is betting on the fact that you won't call them.
Yeah.
So when you have 1% of your customer base call you back and go, hey, I want to get my car cleaned because I spilled coffee on my seats and you said it was protected. They're like, oh, okay, here's $200. Go get the interior detailed.
Yeah.
So that's how you get around that is you just have to retrain your customer base because you don't want to make them feel like they got taken advantage of because most instances they didn't. And they didn't know better. They thought they were trying to protect their investment the best way they could.
But this is great advice because then if they listen to it and they realize, oh, crap, that was me. I got had, whatever there. Then, go back and read the fine print. You might be eligible to do the same thing. It's probably still just as valid today as it would have been back then. So, if you're listening and you're in that position, try it.
But SeaLegit's basically the same stuff.
All right. So I got JoJo Crawdaddy
saying, hey, everyone, happy Friday Eve. Then we got Mr. Alex Dewar says, happy Friday Eve. Unfortunately, oh my gosh, Alex, don't do this to us. Not today. Unfortunately, have a meeting, but we'll catch up later. Of course you will. Hope Dane's recovery is going well from selling the
he
Jag.
had to take like 3 days off from work because he was so torn up about it.
I was just in the corner with a paper bag.
It was pretty rough.
Knowing that he'll never
us.
get it back. It's gone forever.
It's gone forever.
Or if the sale goes horribly wrong, then he will get it back.
We'll find out in 3 days when the car arrives.
Yep.
Yeah, no, my worst fear was if it suddenly shows up again.
Well, Dane, you shouldn't have painted
My second worst fear was just watching it go.
You shouldn't have painted the calipers orange.
Oh, it's fine. They're gold.
You painted them orange?
No, they're gold.
They are orange.
But the color came out a little different than I thought. But I didn't paint them myself, though. That's the part I'm just saying. Yeah.
Okay.
It's just, that's what you get.
Gorilla Jeebus, we missed that.
Yep.
Dane.
Oh, I had that up.
Yeah,
Hey,
did.
diddly-o, neighborinos.
Have
Have you seen the picture of those dirty matte wheels I posted on Facebook group? Any tips for cleaning matte textured wheels?
Matte wheels. Oh.
Brush.
Brush. Scrub them up. And then here's the other thing, Gorilla Jeebus. If they're a matte textured, this is like a cheat code. I don't approve of it always, but there are times in a situation where you get to, and they're just not going to clean, or they're too faded. Take a water-based dressing. Spray the wheel with the dressing.
Yeah.
Do not touch it. Let it sit as long as humanly possible. Take a dry towel. So let it sit. If you can hold on to that car for 3, 4, 5, even overnight, spray the wheel. Let it sit. Soak it. Soak that black plastic, textured plastic, or black matte textured wheel. Soak it. Come back with that dry microfiber towel. Wipe that wheel up. The finish will restore, and it will look good until it gets cleaned again with a wheel cleaner. But in terms of a detail,
Seems kind of janky.
Well,
it
that's
is,
why
but
he's
sometimes
saying
that's the
most
only
times
time
don't
you can
do
fix
it.
it up. Because if you do that wheel and it comes back and you're just like, man, it's still brown.
Yeah.
There's still this on there. It's faded. It's like almost a light gray in spots. I don't know how to fix this.
Yeah.
Water-based dressing. It's an old hack. It's not perfect, but it helps.
Sure.
So,
Hack the night away.
yeah.
Joey Belinsky
Yes.
says, hey, y'all. Watching today while I polish out stupid water spots from half my car.
Oh.
Looks like milk all over the red paint.
Oh, no.
Well, Joey, that's what you get.
Park
right?
next to the neighbor's picket fence and they're painting it.
I was going to say, the milkman was walking and he tripped and it just went
I was
over
gonna say,
your
that's
car.
what you
bud.
get for, pissing off the milkman. I
Yeah.
mean, he's going to throw that on your car.
Just a
Because those
bunch of
still
bottles. Just bottles of milk.
Yeah. No, hopefully they all come out because sometimes they don't. First from Puerto Rico saying,
Humberto.
hello,
Hello,
TRC
right back,
team. We have a
Humberto.
lot of waves here. And then we
Yeah.
have David Cervantes says, what's up, guys? Question about Wowos. I see it is still available on their store. Is it the same or has it changed since we saw it on your website? Nope, should still be the same formulas.
Should be the same formula. The ownership has changed.
Ownership
So
has changed, but
there
the-
is a
the-
new owner that has bought Wowos completely. So Fraser is no longer affiliated with the company. But the products as far as we know,
To the best of our knowledge.
are the same. And the formulations that we helped develop have not changed.
Yeah. So if you're wanting to get your hands on a bottle of that
Quick
Amazing quick
detailer, that
detailer.
amazing, phenomenal quick detailer, you can.
And the
right?
crystal sealant that's somehow amazingly tougher than it has any right to be.
Yeah. I mean, I still have lots of waterless wash left.
Yeah.
I actually end up using some interior finisher. Oh. Yeah, I know. I use that. So I used some of that this weekend, and
Stuff has a shelf life. At a certain
Hot
point, you've held on to it
damn.
too long.
I know, but the thing is, I'm using it to where I feel comfortable using it, like in the letting go process of saying like, "Hey."
So this is a
it's
stage
gone.
of grief you still haven't
Haven't
managed to
quite
get
let
through
go
yet.
of those products. I
Okay.
still love them so much. But interior finisher, hot damn, that stuff it smells so freaking good. It looks amazing.
It's the best.
It's just
such a good product.
Do you have any left?
No, I've been out for like a year.
You have nothing.
18
It was
months.
like your favorite.
You have
yeah.
nothing left.
No, the only time I get it is when I can, get a hit off of one of the bottles here.
Yeah, I still have 3 pints, and I use it sparingly.
Every once in a while, you'll just discover a bottle you totally forgot about hiding in one of the cabinets around these
Yeah, I
buildings,
usually
so
confiscate
Yeah,
this moment
yeah.
that
Yeah.
happens.
it makes its way out pretty quickly.
It's good stuff. OCD Detailer says, why would you use a rotary polisher over a random orbital? Pause.
And then he
That's
did the
it.
next
Yeah,
question
that's it.
again, the same.
That's
So-
what he meant to say. Yep.
Why would you use one? Why would you use a random orbital over a rotary polisher? Random orbital. It's easier to use. First off, it's more comfortable. I would say that it's going to finish substantially better. In the
hands of a novice, it
in the hands of
certainly
a novice, it's going to finish better almost every single time. And then also, in this day and age, the random orbitals that are out there, considering all the DAs and things like that, if that's
They're
what you're
so
referring
good.
to, technology-wise, they've gotten so much better. They've gotten faster. They have more cutting power. They have better finishing power. I'd argue to say that they're just more ergonomic and easy to use. But Levi, what do you think?
So I will say that there's two. He wrote the questions differently.
Okay.
So on the why would you use a random orbital over a rotary? Same reasons Anthony said. Now, why would you use a rotary over a random? Why would you choose a rotary over random?
Right.
That depends on the situation in which you're working in. When I had that car in that I did a full wet sand on from 600 to 3,000 and was knee deep in faded, and sanded paint,
Yeah.
sanded clear, a rotary with the Oberk Thundercut pad on a rotary using last cut allowed me to get a very quick, even cut on the finish,
Yeah.
which then allowed me to come back
And refine it, yeah.
and refine it with my random orbital dual action polisher. So the rotary came in handy because I found that I could cut that hood in 5 minutes with the rotary, or if I pulled my random orbital out, put a wool pad on it and went to cut it, it could take me up to 20 minutes to cut that hood.
Too true. Yeah.
It was just a little slower of a process. I was able to achieve a quicker cut faster.
Wow. Yeah.
So
Okay.
if
Yeah.
you're looking at speed, it's one of the reasons. And a lot of people, when, I used rotary for the first 20, really the first 15 years of my detailing. And that's all I used to start and finish a car. So rotary has its place, but when we started integrating those dual action polishers, it was faster still to cut your scratches down and mow through stuff with that rotary, and then come back with the DA and finish it all out.
I feel like it's a pretty good analog to the whole automatic versus manual transmission debate kind of thing, where
Yeah.
they both get you to the same place.
They
but
do.
in the hands of a novice, you could screw up pretty bad with
there's
one
a
of them.
there's a
whereas the
bigger
other's pretty
learning curve
forgiving.
with the rotary,
But
to
they
where I will
started-
say
they
I'm
started
still
rough.
learning on a rotary,
Yeah, they started rough, but the autos
and
got
I've been
much
using it
better
for
with
25
time.
years.
And now autos are incredibly
Yeah.
fast, but some people still like the analog feel. So a lot of people
Yeah, but
still
just
use
like
rotary.
driving a stick, Dane, you proclaim you are the best stick handler in the world.
Well, I never
state-
said that.
I
but
state that I
love
am a
driving
clutch
manual.
enthusiast.
Yeah.
Anthony says he is a clutch enthusiast as well, and a great
I just
stick
don't
handler.
happen to own one right now.
The
but
difference
I love
is,
them.
if all three of us get in manual cars, each one of us is going to nitpick how
Yeah.
the other one drives.
Totally. Oh, you're not feathering the clutch right. Oh,
Right,
why are you
exactly.
feathering the clutch
It doesn't
right?
matter,
Yeah.
but that's exactly the same thing with
Yeah.
the rotary.
Yep.
All three of us could be using rotaries for 20 years.
Sure.
And we're each still going to have a reason to go, oh, Anthony, you should ride that edge a little better.
Yeah.
You know, you should pick up that bead a little quicker, Dane, if you angle it this way. You guys would have the same stuff for me. It's the same style. There's a learning curve that is eternal on a rotary.
And each person has their preference. So maybe the one that you think the other person should be using just isn't the right fit for that person. And that's okay.
Yep.
So we got Harry Housewife here. Good evening from good old UK and happy Saturday Eve. Thank
What's
you
up,
for
Darren?
that.
Sir.
And moving forward, we got JD Garage.
Says, what's up, TRC? Oh my gosh, I always get the smallest font. What's up, TRC crew? Finally had some nice weather and washed off the road salt off the truck. Happy to say I didn't cross over to the dark side and run it through the car wash. My paint is happy. Good for sticking out there, JD. And we have Fred that says, what's up, everyone? What?
Hey.
What's up, Humberto? Nice, Fred.
Nice.
Thanks for saying hi. And then we have Ryan in here that says, obviously, Diamond Quick Body doesn't last as long as Diamond Body or Diamond Body 36, but is the durability, hydrophobics, self-cleaning, etc., still close to being the same for the time it is on the vehicle?
The hydrophobics are going to be a difference.
Well, no. The key to Diamond Quick Body, use Diamond Body Prep on the surface. Then apply Diamond Quick Body to it. You'll get a better application. It'll be a stronger bond, and you will get durability, hydrophobics, and self-cleaning up to a year. It depends on how you wash the car, how you drive the car, where you're at, temperatures, all that stuff.
Yeah.
So you may get 6 months, you may get a year. You may get 18 months out of it. You don't know. It just depends on how you care for it.
Yeah, but the prep, we've gone over this many times, but the prep is something we've come back to several times because there are a lot of people who use like a homemade concoction, something like that.
We noticed that.
And then they'll say that it doesn't work as well for them, and that's usually
But
the culprit.
even on the, it's the same with like G-Technic CTV3. Mm-hmm. If you wipe the car down with panel wipe
It'll
first,
stick much better.
CTV3 will stick so much better to the surface.
Yeah, if you treat it like
It's
you're almost applying
the same
a coating
with PNS
or something.
paint coating surface prep.
Yeah.
If you put that down and you spray bead maker on the surface, you're going to get a better adhesion.
Yeah.
It's the same with Diamond Quick Body.
Yeah.
So
Fair.
All right. We got
Chevy.
Rowdy Chevy says,
Okay.
I used PNS Absolute at 64:1 dilution for glass. It wasn't as slick as the 256:1 dilution. I don't use it on the rest of the windows. What do I do to make the 64 dilution slick for glass?
I wouldn't use one.
I would just use
256
to 1.
256
I
to
just
1
stick
for
to
glass.
that.
256:1. Yeah. Is there a reason why you're trying to go for that 64:1?
You shouldn't have to.
Yeah.
If you don't have to do it,
The only time people would
save
change it
yourselves
is
some more money.
the only
Yeah.
time people would change it is like when you used O&R and you changed it is because you're doing a clay lubrication where you wanted to have a little bit more cushion.
Yeah, and that
for
was 128 to 1.
And that was 128. That wasn't
Yeah.
64.
Yeah.
So
I don't think there actually is a reason to go 64:1
Right.
on Absolute. We've never I don't
Absolute's
think-
so dense.
Unless they were
to begin
using it
with.
as a quick detailer.
but like, yeah.
I mean, you're
Well, I mean,
going
what
to
you
like
can do, but I
bottomless
mean,
wash type levels.
I don't know. I mean, 128:1, I feel like that's a nice sweet spot for a lot more slickness, but still 256:1's the goat.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Raphael Roca says, "Hey TRC, fam, happy Friday Eve. Hoping everyone's having a great week. We are. So
Well, I think it's
Raphael.
improving,
It's
for
improving.
everybody,
Yeah.
so that's good. And then Larry Singleton here saying, "Hola, folks.
Hola, Larry.
Hey.
Keith saying, hey, guys. And In Focus
Hello, Keith.
saying, hello, all.
Hey.
Sean saying, happy Friday Eve. And then Demo saying, how's that new Jag, Dane?
I've promised myself I won't touch it until the other one is for sure gone.
Did you get yourself,
So I'm basically
you guys
keeping
got
the
some
other in the
promise,
garage.
Promise rings?
Stayed in
Have you
there.
been sitting in it? Have you maybe warmed up to eating a fry in it yet?
I can't do it.
Have you turned
What about a
turn
little-
the
It takes a
Just-
lot for me
Just
to
a small,
not do
just
that.
a small chicken nugget, just one.
I can't break the seal.
Just the tip. Just
I
to
feel
see
like
how
I'm
it
turning
feels.
into Anthony about this thing like it's evil. I can't
Yeah.
touch it. It's
Yeah.
so nice right
So
now.
who's gonna wash that car, Dane?
I probably will change my ways and actually
Wait,
just
wait,
rinse
wait,
this
wait, wait,
washer
wait,
away.
wait, wait, wait.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, you're gonna hold me to it, but
This car-
I would actually
this car-
Yeah.
is the
So-
one you're deciding to now choose to wash.
So no more touchless washes.
The point being, it's the first nice car that I've had that had as low miles as it has, and is in.
No, but you had a truck. You had a new truck.
No, but my point is the truck. I didn't. The truck was not a sports car. It was not fancy. It was not nice to me in the way that the
$40,000
car.
truck.
It's an expensive truck.
Versus
It's a
a-
limited.
Yeah, but it was.
It's an F-350.
It was a. Oh,
Julie.
you're talking about that truck.
That was a nice truck.
Oh no! So that was
I was
$100,000
talking-
truck.
Yeah.
But to me,
And
it
then
just-
your Toyota
that was
pickup was a
pain.
brand new
That was just a
truck.
pain all around. Like nobody would
But
want to.
but
clean that.
your silver Toyota pickup.
But I'm saying my silver
brand new
Toyota-
truck, very nice truck, dream vehicle for many people
For
in
some,
the world.
I just, it was just a utilitarian device to me. I just treat it that way. That's what
For
I got it with
toilets
the
and
intent
stuff.
of it being.
For what
I
it's
towed
worth.
the Z3 with it.
For what it's worth, the black truck was a nightmare to wash.
It
I
was.
washed it.
I get it.
Absolutely.
Sucks.
Yeah.
I'd hate washing.
Shout
it.
out
get
to the
it.
car wash
I'm
guy
just saying.
208 for doing it. You did an awesome
I'm
job,
just
and I
saying,
appreciate you.
Yeah.
this is the hill
The
in which he's
Tacoma,
going to
though,
die.
the Tacoma, that was a brand new truck.
That was
He
a
could
brand
easily
But
new
that's
wash
my
that.
point. Is
A
I'm saying
silver brand new
it's
truck.
different though. It's different
0
to me
miles.
because
0
that,
miles.
That car when I got the Tacoma, yeah, it had like 1,000 miles on it or something.
Yeah.
But in the case of this, yes, it has more miles, but it's still so pure compared to those. But when it was new, it was a lot more than that Tacoma was. But thanks to depreciation, it's not anymore. But there's just something about it. There's an
Well,
aura
I'm proud of
that I
you.
have to get through.
I'm proud of you.
And right now,
For wanting to finally-
treat it.
After 27 cars in the
Superb.
last 4 years,
Yeah.
you've chosen to start cleaning this one on your own.
Yeah, because I like to pick
Dave-
drivers. I'm not the guy who's going to get a garage queen usually. I'm a driver kind of guy.
I'm gonna hold it to
No, hold me
you
to it.
washing that.
I'm not
car
saying I won't
yourself.
go to a touchless wash on occasion if it's the kind where you're driving and you're not on a tram or whatever. I don't want that because that could hurt things. But like the Chevron station has the touchless ones. Okay, in a pinch, fine, get rid of the road salt. I have nothing
There's
wrong
no
with
road
that.
salt here.
You don't have to worry about it until recently. Until recently, you thought you saw some.
I think they did throw something down, but that was only once. So, Dane, I think that you
Point
should.
is, feel free to hold me
I
to
think
that.
you should absolutely get into the regimen of hand washing that car. It's
With
small,
absolute.
Can you imagine
I
the
will.
podcast?
It's not big.
Coming back on Saturday how's your weekend? It was great. So Saturday morning, I thought
Took
the
it through
weather was
the-
nice. Thought I'd get everything out, and then I remembered I wanted to drive it, so I started driving, and then I went to the Chevron and ran it through the car wash, and we're like, oh. And then the next one, beautiful Sunday, getting
Yeah.
ready. Thought I'd get everything out, pulled everything out, and then I ended up going to my brother's and hanging out there, and I didn't get my car washed.
Yeah.
I'm just excited for the attempt.
Yes,
That you
I'm
are
going
going
to
to
make a real attempt.
Break open the box on
Yeah.
that pressure washer that you bought
It's true.
2 years ago.
I've used it twice, and that was just cleaning my driveway.
Well, at least you clean the driveway.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Doing
So there's
something.
that.
All right, so
feel
moving
free.
on here, we've got hi Larry, got a bearded hunter
Larry.
saying, "What's up, everyone? Happy Thursday." How do you guys feel about the coatings?
Oh, like
About
tire
coatings.
coatings.
Yeah, like I remember in the case of.
So we
Optimum
had
has
the
one?
Optimum tire coating.
Yeah.
I actually really liked it. Honestly, at first,
We did that on the Jag,
I was
actually.
all about it, and I think that what I didn't like was not being able to reapply as often as I would have liked to, right?
Yeah.
Because the thing is really not a lot of stuff stick to the tire coating once you had it on there. Visually, it looked pretty good, but you kind of had one shot
Yeah.
to get it the look that you wanted.
That's what it was.
And then it kind
Yeah.
of like then you had to be okay with it. Where we ended up learning about the hard way about the tire coating was probably the worst case scenario. That was when we were doing the video with Adam LZ
Yeah.
on his giveaway. He had like an R33 GTS GTT.
GTST.
Was it a GTST or is
Pretty
it
sure.
GTT?
Might have been a GTT.
So
it
anyway,
had a turbo, yes.
we were
but it was rear-wheel drive.
doing the tire coating on that, and I'm like, so I was asking Matt. His name is Matt, right?
Yeah. Matt Schulman.
I was asking Matt, and I was like, "Hey, how shiny should we make these?"
Yeah.
He goes, "Oh, we should probably make them look pretty shiny, make them look good, right?"
Glazed donuts.
And I was like, "All right." So we did like multiple applications of this tire coating, and I looked at it and I go, "Holy crap!" Holy crap! That has
looked like Elmer's glue.
Like that has a reflection
It
to
looked
it, right?
insane. It was
And-
reflecting like paint reflects.
Yeah, and he was like, "Wow, that's insane."
clear-coated
And he
the
goes,
tire.
"Maybe we should knock it down a little bit." I think I went to go take a towel, and I go, "Oh no!"
It's not coming down.
I'm like,
If you've never
It's
watched this
not
whole Watch
coming
Wednesday,
off.
it's great.
So anyway, I said, hopefully he loves the look of this, right?
Yep.
And I think it was like several videos later, I think Adam actually ended up changing out the tires, and I don't know if he got a different set or what the deal was.
he's a
but
drifter. Of course, he's going to change
They
tires.
were just so shiny that I was like, "Oh, this is bad." And you could remove
it was like Dane out there,
but you're
spray
going to be
painting
out there
tires.
scrubbing it with power clean at basically full strength.
Oh,
and-
you couldn't break it half the
and
time.
you couldn't break it half the time.
But
So,
specifically, it was the case of if there had been a prior tire like gel or something applied to it, it made it like almost impossible for it to stick. Wasn't
Yes.
that it?
Yep.
Yeah, that was the issue.
So with that said, I think that there's great tire dressings out there that are lasting way longer than ever before. That are probably a better option than going with a full tire coating.
kind of prefer the dressings.
All right, Rowdy Chevy, we answered this. Then LJ Detail Supply says that
Long Island.
Long Island.
What's that? That's what I said.
Yeah.
I said LJ.
Yeah.
That's LI.
So our friends in Long Island.
Long Island. There you go.
Okay.
Says, that SEMA teaser was hot.
Glad you
Dropping that-
think
We were
so.
just spitting that fire.
I dressed like Marty McFly from head to toe and
good.
only saw my foot in the whole thing.
Yeah, it was great.
Greetings and get well. Greetings and get well soon in Boise.
From Lars.
Thank you,
What's up,
Lars.
buddy?
Thanks, Lars.
Then Road Ray
Oh,
over
man.
back again, asking
Back
the question
again.
again.
Oh, wow.
Glenn saying, good afternoon,
Yep.
gentlemen. How you doing, man?
What's going on?
And then
More
JD the
Olas.
Garage saying, I just bought a remote power switch and slapped some Velcro on my vac and air cannon hose. Super convenient to be able to turn off the machine without having to walk over.
Nice.
Smart.
Okay.
Nice.
Cool.
I like that.
And then Bearded,
A lot of
everybody
highs
saying
and
hello.
Yeah.
lows.
Okay. Bear with me. I'm going to have to change the page, and it's been through a few pages, so I want to make sure I get to the right one.
Here we
Okay,
go.
I think we are on
Ready.
page 5, so if I go to page 4, that should be okay.
All right.
There we
Jeff
go.
saying
Yes.
the same thing. Kirby saying, afternoon, TRC crew and viewers too. Dino, hello, my awesome people.
Hello.
G. Davis,
G.
greetings from the
Davis.
Shalom Orthopedic and Thigh Fetish Wellness Center. I'm sad to report it appears I've torn my Tommy John ligament for a second time. Payback for Dane's headlight comment.
Oh,
I bought a headlight
Gee, I am
because of
so
you.
sorry that you are going through that pain,
I'm
sorry,
tearing that
man.
Tommy John. As you guys know, I also have to have Tommy Johns on both of my elbows if I am to live pain-free, apparently.
yeah.
So I'm not familiar with that. Tommy John, is that named after somebody who had like
The
first
pitcher,
affliction
Tommy
with it?
John.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So
I don't know my pitchers that well. So.
yeah, but that's the ligaments in your elbows, and so like mine is always in constant pain
yeah.
from overuse,
Okay.
and so G also had that surgery done in the past, and so he's saying he may have torn
gotcha.
that, and that is not a
Dang.
fun. I cannot imagine the pain you're in, brother.
Yeah, I'm
Thank you for
sorry.
tuning in. Carson saying, "Hey guys, I'm in the same boat as Levi."
Oh, sorry to hear
Sorry,
that you're
man.
sick.
Get better, dude.
We have Levi Birch is sick. Yes, Levi Birch is sick. Simon Birch. And then we have First from Puerto Rico says, Levi, I hope you read the comment about
I
the
did.
insulin cost
So
cuts.
fun fact,
yeah.
I had a lot of people message me about that.
Okay.
Said, "Wow, did you see Eli Lilly locking the price for insulin, $35 a vial?"
Is that a good deal?
Yeah, it is a very good deal.
It's better than it was.
It's a very good deal.
How much
so,
are you paying normally?
well, we pay $60 every 6 to 6 weeks, every 2 months or so
Okay.
in insulin on our insurance.
Okay. It's not horrible.
The vials that we're buying, we buy 5 vials,
Okay.
and our cost is $286 a vial.
Okay. But
For-
after insurance,
for
it's 60
Humalog,
bucks.
Yeah, after
Okay.
insurance, those 5 vials are $60.
Okay.
So not too bad.
Yeah, not bad at all.
They are going to cap Humalog,
Uh-huh.
the $286 one. They're capping the cost at $60 a vial.
Okay, that's a pretty good deal.
So I'm hoping that will drop to $30 at least insurance copay for insulin for Augie.
Yeah.
The problem for us is it's not the insulin
Like it's expensive. It's
that
the
gets
pump?
expensive. It's the durable goods for the pump and the CGM.
Yeah.
Those items are where the money comes. Those are the big
That glucose monitor is so
costs.
expensive.
The pump is $8,000. The
Yeah.
glucose monitor is $5,000 or
Yeah.
$6,000. So, and then the goods to service those every 90 days.
Yeah.
That after insurance is close to about $1,800 in that 3-month period, if I'm lucky.
Yeah.
When it's the beginning of the year, it's close to like $4,000 with insurance.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's the biggest. So I'm excited about that. I'm also excited that Eli Lilly did it because hopefully it'll cause other pharma companies to drop their prices because it is pretty ridiculous.
I was gonna say, don't think for a second
When-
that they're the good guys.
And I'll get on my soapbox.
Yeah.
It's pretty ridiculous when you can either go north or south of the border and get insulin and get your
much cheaper.
prescription drugs insanely cheaper.
Same stuff.
Same stuff.
Yeah.
And in the U.S., we chose to charge our
Literally lobbied
citizens
against being able to
a ton of money.
negotiate.
So,
that. So
I'm very
We don't want
excited.
those rich people losing money.
Yeah, but I'm excited for the folks that this impacts.
It's gonna help.
It's going to help a lot.
Yeah.
And especially when Augie doesn't have to wear a pump or anything like that. And he can just start straight shooting it. Right?
can if he
Based
wants.
off of
It'll be
feel.
cheap enough,
Right?
right?
He'll be like, hey, I think this is how much I need to be at, right? He does, oh, it's a little bit too much, right? He goes,
Right.
oh, it's a little not
And
enough.
if he chooses to get off his pump and save his dad some money,
Yeah.
cool.
Right?
There you
Let's
go.
buy some
Probably
needles
wait
and
till
stuff.
he's more responsible. Maybe
Yeah, of
we'll
course.
wait till
Yeah.
10 years old. Maybe
give
for
it some
that.
time.
Maybe,
Give it
we'll
some
see.
time.
Harry Horsewife says, I was hoping for Back to the Future musical performance from the TRC crew. We wish we could do that, Darren.
That
Maybe
was me
here
and
in a
Anthony
future
Blaine
video.
in a wig because you guys were gone, so we had to do it without you. But
You guys
Great,
did a good
you guys
job.
Yeah.
improvised well.
yeah.
We have that's Spanish. I don't know how to
Oh,
speak
it's
that.
this one again. We've seen this one. Okay.
In Focus Photography
Rowdy
saying,
Chevy is really rowdy.
still kind of confused on what happened with my diamond body and wheels install, where they had poor to no hydrophobics.
So you'd posted about this on Facebook, right? And I kind of jumped
Okay.
in to try to help out. So it sounded like his process was correct. Light polish went through, diamond body prep went through, applied the diamond body, and then he also applied diamond body to his wheels, and then also went through with the wheel
They
coating.
put diamond body on the wheels and then wheel coating.
And then he also did the wheel coating separately, but he did diamond body prep and the wheels.
Okay.
So he did everything as he was supposed to, but he said that he went to go wash it, and I guess he had applied Dream Maker to the body of the vehicle days after, or however long after. But then he went to go wash his vehicle with a hose, and the hydrophobic properties were not great.
Right. Did he wash the car with soap and water?
So I
Or
believe
with
he
a
did.
rinseless?
I would assume that he probably washed it with soap and water. So I was trying to wrap my head around this and think what could have possibly gone wrong, because Diamond Body does have great hydrophobics on its own, and then Diamond Wheels also has decent hydrophobics. Now I left a comment in comparison, because I was actually coated my wheels in Diamond Wheels, my new ones, and I was doing my comparison here. C5 wheel coating has better hydrophobic qualities, beading and things like that, than Diamond Wheels. Diamond Wheels isn't bad. It's still protected, and the water is still going to sheet off them quite fast and quite well, but it's not going to put on the show that C5 would.
Sure.
But the difference is that the thickness of Diamond Wheels is noticeably thicker going on the surface than that of C5, which is quite thin. When you put Diamond Wheels on, you can see that layer of thickness going on there, and when you go to knock it down, you can see that little bit of extra sheen and and how good and protected it looks. But that could be maybe the thickness is due to the high temp rating, because it has a higher temperature rating than C5 does.
One that's got that self-cleaning capability.
It's got the
so
self-cleaning
the wheels are gonna
capability.
stay a little cleaner.
And
Or clean up a little easier.
And so that could be the trade-off for hydrophobics in comparison to C5.
Yeah.
I will say though, it is pretty crazy. I coated those wheels, my new wheels I had with Diamond Wheels. Went for a drive, bedded in some new brakes, right? And what was hilarious is that the brake dust was literally sitting in dust form on the wheels when I came to a stop or park the car. It wasn't sticking to the wheel,
Right.
but it was literally just sitting like where it would just last land. It was
Yeah.
just kind of fun. Like it stayed in the rotation, and I could go up and just blow it off the car. And I'm like,
That's great.
That's pretty nice, right? In comparison to dusting the whole wheel and having it caked on there.
Yeah.
Because if it gets baked
So-
in,
That's the one thing that the Diamond line from Diamond Protect
It's
is
just
it
that
almost creates a
self-cleaning.
barrier
Yeah.
that doesn't allow things to sit on the surface.
and that's why it can
So-
be frustrating if
But
somebody
I
asks you
don't
which
know.
is the best.
Yeah.
I don't know
Short
what
of-
happened with Diamond
differences.
Body though.
Short of washing the car, proper
Yeah.
washing the car, because it might just be dirty. That's the biggest thing. And if you're using just a hose to test,
I don't think he said it was dirty. I think he said it was in the garage.
I haven't
right?
seen the video, so
I
I'll
don't
have to
know.
watch it. But anyway, that's my 2 cents. I haven't seen it. I'd like to see it. I'll have to check it out.
Post some more.
Simon saying, just make the 64 into the 256. That's right. Kevin, hey, Levi, get better, dude. Question, Scan Grip Mini Match or Sun Match 4? Which one would you choose?
None of them.
Sun Match 4.
No, I match.
Yeah, the iMatch headlamp is.
If you can
only
only
best.
get
It's
one,
the only
get that
thing
one.
you ever need.
But I'm going to tell you, if you had to
iMatch.
choose between those two, I would pick the Sun Match 4
Yeah.
over the Mini Match.
Sure.
But if you've never gotten any Scan Grip, you do yourself a favor and get yourself an iMatch.
Yeah.
I actually want to buy another one.
I have two at my house.
Mine's getting old, and I'm like, I probably should just have another one because the battery's not lasting as long.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I've also probably wore that for 200 hours.
You actually
amongst
use yours
things.
and you use it a lot.
I
Yeah.
use them all the time.
Yeah.
So I probably need to buy another one.
I use them to, when I'm cleaning my dog's ears. I put my headphone,
Yeah.
I put my lamp on, and I get my soft wipes and things, and I open it up and I
All right,
clean his
doggo.
ear out.
Yeah.
And he
nice.
loves it. He enjoys it. Same
Yeah.
kind of thing.
The Hairy Horsewife says,
Bam.
guys, have you ever heard the brand Yard Force? They seem to be a U.S. brand looking to buy a Yard Force compact pressure washer, but not heard much about them. I have never heard
That
of them.
Never
feels
heard of
like
them.
one
It
of those
sounds like a
brands where you
Walmart
go to a
brand.
store, like a Walmart brand, and
Sounds
then it's
like
just
Dane.
kind of
What's yours called?
hyper tough.
Hyper
Sounds
Tough,
like
yeah.
that.
It
Sounds
feels like
Hyper
one
Tough.
of those.
Nothing like a
'cause,
good old
yeah.
Hyper Tough pressure washer.
It's not
right.
exactly a name brand. It's just
Darren,
a brand.
do
that
some
you
more
see.
research, see where it's coming from, because I have no
Yeah.
idea.
I'm willing to bet that there's a parent company somewhere.
Oh, and then Carson Black says, Anthony, I need you to work your magic on the BRZ for Shark Fest this year. Carson,
You are so out of.
I barely have any time to do anything like that, and so I mean, yeah.
You're barely handling your own cars.
I'm
right
barely
now.
handling my own cars right now. I don't think I can take on any other details.
Hear that voice crack? That's pain.
At this time, I'm on borrowed time right now, so I can't do any more. Here we go. We have Caesarwick. Anthony, when is the official opening of your pro suspension setup shop?
Coming soon.
Great comment.
From
Never.
the makers of Tony's Wings
You don't
and
want me.
Berries.
You don't want me to do it. I'm going to screw it up like 3 times.
Tony's
and then-
wings, berries,
but then I'll-
and suspension.
But then I'll get it perfect for the next guy,
Yeah.
right?
Right, yeah.
Because then the next car will come in. I'm like, oh yeah, I messed up enough to where like I know exactly.
Every
what I'm gonna
other
do this time.
customer gets a great car, but the prior ones all get crappy
Yeah.
jobs.
Yeah, no, suspension stuff is. It honestly, it's never bad for me. It's never been bad for me until this one
Because everything
car.
just worked out of the
And
box.
then,
This case did
in
not.
this case, it did not work for me. So it is what it is. Ken Jeeper.
Ken
Hey,
Jeeper.
hey.
What's up?
Smash the like button says first from Puerto Rico, Humberto.
Not only that, but blast
And then
it.
says Dane, master of can opening.
Thank you.
And Quality Touch says, I got to try this one. I don't think you necessarily need to.
It's
try.
growing on me, actually. I have to say, compared to the other regular version of it, I did not
not
enjoy
bad.
the flavor of the
Something
other
is
one.
growing in me
This
because
one,
of this. And I don't
this
know
one
what it
I
is.
find to be the best iteration of this flavor.
Yes.
This is
I will
better
agree
by
with you on
far.
that. I will agree.
I
with
can
you on
actually
Dude.
tolerate drinking this
So we
one,
had the
and I
Baja
don't
Blast,
even
right?
mind it.
Which
Delicious.
which was amazing.
I praise.
The code name for that was Baja Zaza, right?
Baja Zaza,
and which means something completely different. But that stuff was amazing, and I want that again. Not the 1,500 cans of the Code Red that were delivered
There
one
were
time.
so
good when
many.
they gave us all
I,
that free
I
Code
just want
Red.
peach mango dawn all day long.
The
Like,
Code Red
that's-
was fine, like
that's my
one or
thing.
2 cans, but after like 40 of them,
Yeah, it was not
we're like,
good.
we don't want them anymore.
You
ever.
notice like certain fluids are just starting to turn
Not
red, and you're like,
good.
should I talk to a doctor?
Anyway, here we are on
New
page
page, all right.
3 now, Dane, or is it?
Whoop, hold on.
I think we're at 4, now we're at 3.
Not this one. Okay, let's try again.
Go to 3.
That's
Three.
3. Okay,
Told
we're
ya.
on 3.
All right. Quality Touch says, I love the Ghost energy drinks.
Haven't had those.
Ghost ones. We'll have to try them. Neil White, hey TRC, hope Anthony and Levi are feeling better.
You are
Thank
feeling
man.
better.
First from Puerto Rico, are they in diet? Yeah, this is zero
Sugar. Yeah.
Yep.
So, JD, Levi, I see you have a Liquid Death. I love the mango flavor, but the can looks like a beer. You should see the looks I get at the office. I know.
That's kind of the point.
That's why we drink them here at the Rag Company. I have, at home, I've got the mango and the lime. Here at the Rag Company, we burn through a can of severed lime in like a matter of hours.
Yeah.
So, we are a death dealer now, so we can start purchasing Liquid Death for the office. So, Road Ray says,
So
Brisk
hardcore.
Tea is the best canned iced tea next to Arizona.
Oh.
I do love me some Arizona.
It's brisk. It's pretty good.
pretty
I don't drink Arizona anymore. I used to when I was a kid.
that was
younger.
like a thing.
It was
Arnold Palmer's for me to get out of the
Arnold
can. Those
Arnie
were
Palmy,
dope.
right? Was one
Yeah.
big thing. I liked the sweet tea. But,
Oh,
you know,
see, I never touched sweet tea. That is a very Southern thing. Yeah.
Dane, I'm a fan of Southern things.
I mean, I
right?
know.
You know, my extended
I like a lot of
extended
Southern food.
family
It's just
is
I felt
from
like
the
that was
South.
just diabetes in a can, though.
Yeah, sweet tea. I drank that, but I don't know, man. I haven't had a good old Arizona green tea in many years. And I think it's
No.
because I started looking at the sugar content.
Yeah.
and I was like, good God,
That's a lot of sugar.
that's a lot of sugar, and moved on.
Darren says, man, can you bring some fancy drinks to Waxstock for a honey trade-off? Possibly.
I mean, you guys
Possibly.
bring us Iron Brew every time,
Keith
so
Jackson saying, Olaf from Ireland. Great to see the trio back together in the studio again.
thanks,
Yep.
Keith.
Thank you, man. And then RJS Motorsports, hello from Chicago. After using Diamond Body 36 in class coating, can the rags be used for anything else other than having to dispose of them? You wash them, use them for interior cleaning, jams,
jams.
Wheel cleaning,
engine
yeah.
cleaning,
Just
stuff like that.
Demote them.
Yeah. G. Davis says the drink review is almost as exciting as when Mr. Pibb sponsored Dane's 15th birthday, in which 250 people attended.
This is going to be like
quite
how
a
long
nice
you've lived
birthday.
here. The numbers is going to keep increasing.
Yeah. Well, you've been known to host some serious ragers.
I
Yeah.
mean, yeah,
They couldn't find
I
parking.
like invited most of my
Literally-
class.
Well, and Carolyn was like, it was his 15th birthday, and we had to hire a valet service to park cars.
Well, as long as there
And we
wasn't
said,
any,
"Really?"
as long as there wasn't any boating incidents, right,
sure.
where teenagers went missing,
Right.
right?
Yeah.
no boating incidents.
Things got
Everybody was
covered up.
accounted for, and everybody
It's not that big-
survived.
They
Everybody
did say
had a
lot of
good,
buckets full
safe,
of concrete for some
mostly
reason.
wholesome
Chains
time.
on. I don't know why.
We have Why Wait Auto Detailing.
Hey.
It says, what is the best foam soap to use in the sun?
direct sunlight.
Gosh, you have a lot
Pretty
of
much
options.
most of the soaps we use
GSF
are
nowadays.
in sun.
GSF, Snow. You can use Pearl. Pearl works great in the sun.
Yeah.
There's
All
a
of
lot
our pH balanced normal wash soaps.
yeah.
It's the skewed stuff you want to be careful about.
G Polished, a Grambassador
Hey,
of 2022, saying, "Hey guys, how are you? I recently started using Breakbuster in my IK foamer, but still struggling with the right dilution. Any tips? What is this clean buster popping up on my IG lately?" So G Polished, I've been saying this for many years now. Breakbuster in the IK foamer, anywhere between 7-1 and 10-1 is pretty much where you want to be. I used to say 5-1 when it was first released, but there was a couple changes chemically to Breakbuster, which made it a little bit thicker. Viscosity was a little bit thicker. So we started going to 7-1. But I think really the sweet spot you do just 10-1 in there all day long. It's going to put on a good show. It's going to last longer. It's still going to clean effectively. And yeah, it's an amazing product. But a lot of people, they'll still straight up go like 1-1. I see so many like Instagram reels or like things they get tagged in.
Yeah.
And I'll like watch the video like, oh hey, look, he's using this and this. And I see him pour half of the thing full of Breakbuster
you go,
at full
"No!"
strength. And I'm like yelling,
That's a lot.
stop it.
Stop
You're
immediately.
You're ruining
Cease.
Too much.
it. And then he adds water and then spins on the top and pumps it up and he goes like foam it. Foam is now coming out of like the seals.
Halt,
And it's like
citizen.
It's the worst.
much.
It's the worst representation of that tool ever. But like the comments are like, "What foamer is that? Looks like great foam." I'm like, dude, no. Like that looks like
Because
that looks
more
bad.
equals better.
That's going to break it. That
Yeah,
gonna break
that looks
it.
bad. So I'd go 7-1, 8-1, 9-1, 10-1, anywhere between that range there.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't go any less than that. There's gonna be people that'll say 5-1 works just fine. I don't want to recommend that because it's going to probably clog some stuff up. Dino says, did any of you guys use airless sprayer instead of pressure washer for rinseless wash?
Anthony has.
Yes, I have used an airless paint sprayer for rinseless washing.
Yeah.
I did that actually for a couple of years, and it worked great, man. That's actually a fantastic little tip.
Was that what we used when we did the Porsche 959 wash?
No,
With
but we...
Max in the Wash Wednesday.
I don't know, did we do
You
that?
might have.
Because we were in that studio when we were using your paint gun setup.
I can't remember.
Yeah, I
Maybe
think
we
you
did.
were.
Yeah.
Go back and check.
Might
Yeah.
take a look at that Wash
But
Wednesday, which, by the way, super cool car.
It's
but-
a great idea.
Yeah.
I mean, you
It works
basically
well.
you just get yourself a bucket of fresh O&R, you put the feeder hose in there, and you just let it eat. And yeah, it pumps out a decent amount of pressure. It does a really good job. The only downside is don't let that hose hit the car because
Yeah,
it
it's
gets
a metal hose.
It gets pretty
It's
dangerous.
not a kind hose.
Adam Hancock says, Happy Friday Eve. Best part of the work week, getting ready for the 83-degree week. Oh, my God. Lucky.
Whoa.
83-degree weekend in Somerville, South Carolina.
All right.
Time for the Krenzla and some snow. I can already smell the coconut goodness.
good
Adam,
call.
I am jealous.
Sounds
83
delicious.
degrees. That
I
sounds
couldn't imagine
amazing.
that.
We're in the 30s.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
nice. We had snow yesterday.
I
4
love
inches.
the snow.
It
It's
was
so
great.
fun, but you feel
Yeah.
like you have to go outside. You get a little bit of seasonal affective disorder or something.
Antoine.
I do.
Saying, what's up, fellas? Listening and watching it in the garage while I hang some cabinets to store all the TRC products I have in my shopping cart. Good work, man.
Well, you know what I want to do?
nice.
I think I want to take a Thursday off someday.
Oh.
And I want to have you guys on in the garage.
Oh, well,
and I
okay.
want to get some stuff done in the garage.
Maybe we
So,
could get a guest on from one of our
So we could
listeners.
do the stream from your garage.
no,
Answer questions while working.
You could be Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
A remote.
yeah, that would be actually kind of cool. You guys are kind of set up, and I'm just in the backdrop
You're just doing
organizing,
stuff.
filling chemicals. And
Yeah.
you're like, what's Anthony doing back there? I'm just working, listening to these guys, right?
We'll just sit at the Husky,
Just like you.
table, and
Yeah.
he'll be doing all the
It's
work.
like
I like
a
that.
podcast
Yeah.
inception.
Yeah, I like that.
Wow.
Zach saying, hello all, coming in late, starting from the beginning. Thanks, man.
No
we
worries.
appreciate it.
We'll see you in a while.
Let's
Gotta
burn
scroll
through
on.
a couple of these. You might be on page 3 or 2. There, 3. TGIF Eve, just one more day. From Keith, Rogue 2 Wavy. I just took a certification class from PNS. Learned a lot from Mr. St. Clair, Mr. Duplessis, and Mr. Kimball.
Nice.
That was a great class I heard. Yves St. Jacques, I definitely put Diamond Protect glass coating. I'll put on my Kenworth T680 driving down the Highway 401 in Canada. Definitely putting it to the test.
That's
We appreciate it, man.
Yeah.
Do it, Eve.
Do it.
And then Chevy saying, my brake buster's having issues. It's foaming on the spray trigger and or foam cannon, and tire cleaning isn't the best. Cleans wheels okay, and the tires don't get browning when cleaning with the brush at 5-1. That's odd.
Did I just wait? I
you
think I
literally
kind of
just said
addressed that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you're looking for good tire browning, right? Even if you're running it at like 10-1, what I do is I spray the face of the wheel with the IK foamer.
Yeah.
I get the lubrication on there, and I get the product working. And then what I do is I take the product at full strength and in the original sprayer and do a ring around the tire, because I'm getting full strength on the tire for tire scrubbing capabilities, but I'm getting a nice amount of lubrication on the face of the wheel for proper cleaning. So it requires you to have 2 bottles now instead of 1, but once you can get those tires back to a maintenance state, then all you need to do is wash it every week with 10-1, and then just keep it clean and going.
There we go. And then Eve saying, just wondering if there's any kits selling with all the products from Diamond Protect. Body 36, glass wheels, interior, and leather. I would definitely buy it. It's a good idea. We may have to do that.
The ultimate
That's a
diamond,
lot.
Yeah, that could be a nice kit.
the 10-carat diamond kit.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
all-
Diamonds are forever, kid.
Ooh, I like
Well,
that.
do we want to go to a break before we get into these
Yeah,
next
that's
set of
actually a
questions?
great
'Cause
point. We're right
Yeah.
up to the
58.
mark here. So, yeah, there's definitely some more in-depth questions we can get
Yeah.
to, but we've done good with time. So I think that's a good point. So everybody, if you're watching, if you're listening, don't worry. We'll be right back after just a few messages, and we'll keep answering your questions right after this.
See you in a bit.
ahead. Get dirty. P&S Off-Road.
Dane, I didn't know you could do any of that stuff.
Neither did I.
Wow.
Well, now that you're an actual bartender,
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm thinking maybe whip us up some extra
Oh,
cocktails.
yeah.
I mean,
Dane, do it.
I mean, it's my first day, but let me see what I can whip up.
nice.
Oh,
I can't believe it.
jeez, Dane. What? Oh, my God.
Wow, Dane.
Dane.
For being your first day, it's pretty amazing.
Looking for feedback. Let me know what you think.
Oh, my God. This stuff smells amazing.
Good, all right.
Well, Levi, Dane, cheers, man.
Cheers.
Nice.
Bottoms up.
Cheers.
Thanks, Dane.
Oh my God. God, why are you spitting my drink up? I worked hard on that.
What is in it? Is that polymers?
My mouth is encapsulating.
Why would you even know what polymers taste like?
Tastes like chemicals. Did you feed us chemicals?
What did you put in this?
I made you a nice drink. Oh. These are supposed to be nice. Oh, guys, that's my car.
What?
You hit my car. God, guys, if you didn't want the drinks, you could have just given them back to me or something.
Dane.
Are you seeing that shine over there? On the car.
Oh my God. Dane, what did you put in that stuff?
What, in your drinks?
Yeah.
Some water and some Absolute.
Absolute vodka?
No? P&S Double Black Absolute Rinseless. What?
Wait a minute. Are you trying to poison us?
Dane! Did you just make us drink rinseless water?
No, definitely didn't do that.
Absolute rinseless wash is not for oral or suppository consumption.
Looks pretty good.
It does, however, leave a hell of a clean and smooth surface on your vehicle.
Wow.
P&S Absolute Rinseless Wash. Mix responsibly.
Is that something?
I mean, it's pretty good.
Did I
I'm
make a
kind of
good thing?
enjoying it. I'm kind of liking this.
Yeah. So just don't drink it.
No.
Yeah,
Okay.
let's make sure we don't drink it for the future.
But do put it on cars.
Yeah, it's good. It's for
Put it
cars.
on a car. Okay.
Not inside yet.
Hello, and welcome back to the second half of Q&A Thursday as I take a little sip here.
You okay there, Anthony?
Yeah.
Just enjoying that Mountain Dew energy from our friends at
Yes,
Pepsi. The new
refreshing.
flavor, Pitch Black.
Oh yeah, it's so good.
Zero sugar.
Doesn't taste the best when you combine it with a virgin strawberry Pop-Tart.
No,
Oh.
that doesn't work either.
Oh.
Because I just had one of those and
went in
then
raw,
an untoasted.
Yeah,
right?
virgin means
raw.
untoasted, raw.
And then I just
You know, there's a lot of people that do that raw food, and I get it.
yeah,
Pop-Tarts, granola bars,
fish.
fish.
Just a healthier
Yeah,
way of
sushi.
life, right? I mean,
But like, there are people that are like, man, I make a bowl of raw food.
is that what all that paleo stuff is?
No,
it's
kinda-
different. Okay.
Raw is where they go. They feel like, I think the term is that the nutrients you lose when you're cooking the food.
Yeah.
So you want to eat it raw, and that's
Correct.
same thing with that Pop-Tart.
Pop-Tarts, yes. It's
That's
exactly what
strawberry
it is.
Pop-Tarts. You
when
toast it.
cavemen ate Pop-Tarts,
You
it was all
toast it. You
about-
may lose the nutrients.
So many people know Pop-Tarts are filled
Yeah.
with nutrients.
A lot of nutrients.
And so some of the most essential nutrients that you need. And so
Hunter-gatherers
100%.
placed all their
That-
fruits and berries right in there.
100%.
don't ruin it by toasting them. They're
Right.
always going to be better raw. So
Simple enough.
welcome back to the second half of
Yes.
Q&A Thursday, where things get a little weird, they get a little
Little
fun,
quirky.
and hopefully we get to see some hilarious comments in here that can make it, that can get us through this next hour. 'Cause
Right.
This is what we look forward to.
Yes.
We've got a
every
great
Thursday.
selection here.
Gets
Dane,
wild.
how many Q&As have we done?
Oh my goodness. We are at number 205 today.
So when you guys do,
And that's just Q&As. We've been doing podcasts even longer.
when you do 205 Q&As, the second half becomes the
fun half.
the haven half. Like I look at that half and I go,
The misbehaving.
The
half.
the
misbehaving
half, where I'm like, I need this
Yeah.
for my own mental stability,
Right, your sanity.
to keep going. So
Now that we wore off the veneer of being wholesome in the first half,
it is wholesome.
it's mostly wholesome.
It's still
We're
awesome.
probably going to do this for like another
It's the
30
viewers
years.
who make it
but
less wholesome.
We just have to
That's-
make it.
that's
you
it.
know, help us
Agreed,
get through
agreed.
it. So, Jeff C. coming in,
Yes.
asking, can Diamond Quick Body be used? Can Diamond Quick Body be used as a topper on fresh DB36 application? Pan's newest videos seem to indicate that Quick Body feels significantly slicker than Diamond Body 36.
It is.
So it is slicker than Diamond Body 36. That's 100% true. But I would wait for a couple washes. I would say give the DB36 time to set up and cure, especially in the cooler months, and then wait to apply Quick Body if that's what's something that you want to do. But yes, Diamond Quick Body does feel substantially slicker.
And that's because it does have an SiO2 in it.
Yeah, and honestly, you can use your favorite topper with DB36. Whether it's still Bead Maker, you want to throw a Dream Maker on there, maybe you want to throw on a G-Technics detail or whatever you want to put on there, you can still do that to have some slick feeling, especially for a drying aid. But Quick Body wouldn't hurt every couple months just to top things off. Glenn is asking or saying, back when he was running our crews at the dealership, those quote-unquote guys would come around and demo the products. We never used the stuff. Sure, the dealership charged that we did, and sure, the dealership charged that we did. Yeah.
Yep.
Rowdy Chevy, Levi.
Brake Buster does not
Oh.
foam in the spray.
Same.
Same question.
He's getting some
All right.
doubles.
Experience and his experience.
Yes.
So, Rowdy, I don't know. It does not foam in your spray trigger or foam cannon 5-1, and does not clean tires. And wheel cleaning is okay. And I use the wheel brush. What do I have to do to get great cleaning? You could try straight. Brake Buster straight is just fine, especially on tires. That's the right way to do it. 5-1 in a foam cannon or spray trigger is totally fine as well. But we always recommend that if you're doing 5 to 10-1 on your normal maintenance stuff, please dilute.
Oh, he was
If
saying a
it's-
spray trigger. I thought he was saying,
Yeah.
I thought he was saying a foaming sprayer earlier.
Okay.
Yeah,
My bad.
So if you're,
Okay.
but if you're just using it on the sprayer, like a normal, like a bottle of Brake Buster, putting it on the thing, it's just it's better straight.
Yeah.
Like that.
Why
Especially
wait?
on wheels that haven't been cleaned. Why wait?
Says, why is it that some detailers feel that when they do an exterior of a car, they do not do the inside of the door jambs?
That's a mental issue. A lot of people just don't think that they have to do the jams. There's some detailers that go, I'm only touching the outside. If I crack that door, it's the inside.
Yeah, the door jams are like the threshold.
Door jams
between
are the one
interior
thing
and
that I
exterior.
taught my guys. Always. Door jams are always included.
Because you're going to
In
see it the
either-
second you open the door.
Either or package.
Yep.
We got to do door jams. And that is just because if we're doing an interior, people go, well, we're only doing interior. I don't want to wash it. We've made such a mess to the outside of the vehicle from cleaning the interior and dressings and stuff. We have to wash it. And we made these really nice door jams, and then we've got a fully filthy car on the outside. We're just going to wash it. We're not
just
going to
makes
do a
it more
lot.
obvious.
We're just going to wash it.
Yeah.
Same with the interiors. When we do an exterior detail where I'd wax or polish or whatever on the outside of the vehicle, we would do jams, and we would do a light vacuum and glass.
Yeah.
And it's just little things, light vacuum and glass, just to help out.
It doesn't even take that long.
It doesn't. And it, that was where O&R, a wet rag of O&R, came in handy.
Perfect.
Yep.
You dunk that rag, you could wipe down the dash and the door panels and the center console real quick, steering column, with just a wet towel, give it a light dust, vacuum, come back with another towel, clean the glass. You're done.
Done.
Super fast. Spend less than 20 minutes on it. Zach, I'm ready for some nice weather so I can clean my 2021 WRX. Going to be applying my first legit ceramic coating this year after a nice 2-step Rupes polish system. Good for you, Zach.
What you going to use?
Woo J.
Woo J.
I really appreciate that info. I know like 5 people with that warranty.
Right?
Now I'm wondering what that check might look like. Woo, you'd be amazed.
Yeah.
I had a dude that used to come in every year. He'd bring me his pickup, his crew cab Silverado, with that setup, and he would do it every year. And yes, he would trash his truck.
Sure.
Yeah.
He would take it camping. He would take it during hunting season. He'd go get himself a deer. He'd go get all his stuff.
It's a truck. He used it like a
He
truck.
used it like a truck. He'd have his dogs, his hunting dogs in it, and he would take pictures after a week of hunting with a buddy of his, what the truck looked like,
Yeah.
and any brush scratches or anything that he incurred.
Pinstripes.
And he'd take tons of photos, and then he would literally document it, and they would cut him a check for about $1,000. And then he'd bring that check in, and he'd go, "Here you go, man." Or he'd call me and say, "This is what I have," and he'd send me photos, or he'd bring it by. "What do you quote me?" I could quote it, and sometimes I would quote it, and he would take the quote and give it to them, and they would cut a check, and I would get what I needed out of it.
So basically, Woo, talk to your friends.
It could work,
and
man. You could get $300.
Yeah.
You could get $1,000.
They could hook it up.
Yep.
Just depends on how the customer documents it. And if you want to help them with it by taking photos of everything that's wrong, learn about those warranties. Learn who those companies are. Learn, what things they cover and what they won't. Sometimes they cover, if a bird poops on your car, Anthony, they'll cover it
Yeah.
to get that paint polished out.
Yeah.
Because it sounds good to say that, but they don't really have any
not
expectation that
expecting you to
anybody's
do
ever
it.
actually going to
Yeah.
do it. So take advantage of it. You're not
that's what
doing
he would do.
anything shady. They're the ones who were shady.
Yeah,
So,
but he was that guy, and he would go like, "Well, I paid this much money for it, and you said you'd cover this, so there's these. I need them taken care of."
Yeah.
And he did it every year. So just learn to do that.
That's good business right there.
Road Ray, how do I clean matte black finished wheels safely? Is Brake Buster, and at what dilution? Yes, you can use Brake Buster. The dilution that's just straight
Yeah.
is fine. No dilution needed.
Safe out of the bottle.
Right out of the bottle.
All
GVA, can G-Technic Easy Coat be sprayed with a trigger spray and rinsed off like Glatt or something through the hose attachment?
Yes.
Yes.
Mazda B series enthusiast, I see.
You can spray down
Man,
with
a
a
man
trigger
after
sprayer.
your own heart.
Yeah.
You don't have to have the hose attachment for Easy Coat. You can literally just throw a trigger on it, go and spray a wet area, and then rinse it off, and bam, you got yourself EC coated car.
Yeah.
Keith Jackson says, "Dane, I didn't catch it. What engine is in the? Oh my gosh, why are you doing this, Keith?
Thank you, Keith.
No, don't.
Finally, something I can talk about.
Dane,
Yes,
Dane, let me
finally,
just-
something
let me
I have
just-
expertise on
Let
here.
me just finish the question here. And
They get
then,
so mad when I
then
actually
we'll
have something
immediately
to talk
move on. What engine is in the Jag F-Type?
Well, I know the answer
I
to it.
had a spirited drive with a gentleman Jag driver in the V6. It sounded great. My chase car was an E46 M3.
Nice.
Albino Rhino said,
Good afternoon,
All
guys.
right, Dane,
what ceramic
what's-
coating would you
what
suggest?
Short answer is it's the AJ Series 3, the Generation
course,
3
the Gen-
V8,
No one's ever heard
which
of
was
it.
co-developed with Ford. So a lot of people think it's
5.0.
related to the Coyote. It's a
Coyote
5-liter
motor.
V8. When it is not supercharged, it makes about
302.
385 horsepower in stock form. It was used in Jaguar Land Rover products. However, in supercharged form, in the R cars, it had 510 stock. And you can find it in XFR. You can find it in the XKR, which is what I had. But in this case, it's in the F-Type R. And when they introduced the F-Type R, it was a new generation. So they actually upped the tuning on it, and it was 550 horse stock. So that's what I get in the F-Type. However, mine was tuned. So in my case, I was making about 650, which is extensive. But you get the idea. Anyway, it's the same engine, just a newer generation of the same engine. Well, the same generation, just a newer version of it. You get it.
so you have a supercharged V8 right now
Yes, a 5-liter supercharged AJ Series 3 V8.
with 550 horsepower.
Stock, yes.
So you're probably are you gonna tune this new
You're going to
car?
put the same tune that you did on your last one?
Eventually, not the same tune, but
A
eventually.
higher tune.
Eventually,
You want an extensive amount of horsepower.
it has all-wheel drive, so it's going to behave differently than my rear-wheel drive XKR. So it's gonna act a little different. So I'm gonna give it some time to get used to it in the all-wheel drive form, see if I like that, and maybe it gets a tune.
I like
down
this
the
new
line.
Gentleman Dane.
Yeah, I'm gonna be a gentleman.
Just a
driver.
Jag enthusiast.
Yeah.
Are you gonna wear driving gloves when you're driving that car?
Don't.
Should we get him
Threaten me
some
with a
as
good
like
time.
I'm excited
I
about
think
this.
should we get Dane a pair of leather driving gloves
Yeah.
for his
I'm gonna
birthday?
have to get like
some
an
fine
actual like a blazer with like patches on the
Tweed
elbows
patches,
and
uh-huh.
a little
Dane, I'm
tweed.
happy to
tweed,
break in.
Get you a tweed blazer with leather
Yeah,
patches.
just gonna go with the full English professor
We
outfit.
go get the driving gloves, and we before we give them to him as a present, I eat a baconator with them,
Ooh,
right? So I
get-
get him
well, you wanna get the oil in there.
nice
Yeah.
and oiled up, and I say, Dane, they're ready for you to stretch these
And he
things
goes,
out.
they smell good.
They smell. Smells like leather and bacon.
Yeah.
It's quite nice. It's basically like Jag's version of the Hellcat engine that got put into everything in
I don't
Chrysler.
know.
That's not
I
a
don't know
Hellcat.
if I was
It's a
saying.
not a
supercharger.
Hellcat.
It's a different power
Hellcat.
output. However, what I'm saying is they stuffed the Hellcat
like
into
a-
many different vehicles.
he's like, it's a
Jaguar does the same
Hellcat.
thing.
Because it's a Jaguar.
Yeah, see? yeah.
Are you keeping the plates? Are
It's
you
a
going to
heck
take over the license plate?
So I can't take over the Jaguar plates because those belong to, them. But I have Jag, so mine works perfectly. I just pop them right on. Done deal. I just
And
carry over the
it
registration.
it makes it up and down your driveway.
Yes, it
No
clears.
scraping.
But I do kind of want to lower it. I shouldn't. I probably won't. But
I probably
Time will
wouldn't,
tell.
Dane, because you like to park on the top of curbs,
Yeah.
or what, parking curbs.
Yeah.
I
right?
like backing into spaces.
Yes, he does. He likes, as long as if the exhaust tip can touch it, then he knows that he's in a
Yeah.
nice safe spot.
Not
Touch the
touching
tip.
the exhaust on
He likes
anything.
touching the tips on things.
Oh,
Yeah,
lordy.
just for a second, just see how it feels.
Albino
Albino
Rhino.
says, "Good afternoon, guys. What ceramic coating would you suggest to apply to a UTV? Mainly looking to coat the painted plastic body panels." Man, you have a lot of options out there.
All of our coatings work for
I'd say all the diamond body coatings you can use, or all the diamond protect coatings you can use, the G-Technic coatings you can use. You use Optimum's coatings if you want to use Optimum. PNS, obviously, Legend, Inspiration, Soul would probably be a great coating for that, honestly, if you're looking for just something that you can do like a yearly topper. Yeah, you have a lot of options. I mean, but anything that we sell is going to be safe on all of that. Just make sure that when you're applying it over, all that vinyl, I mean, make sure you're doing a nice even application. But one thing I will note, though, is that if it's the black textured plastic, you may be better off using G-Technic C4 rather than one of the other coatings, just because it might deepen and darken the look and really lock it in for longer.
Yeah, that sounds right. Gary from Long Island Detail Supply asking the same question again.
Oh,
All right.
As he did his Gary acceleration.
David Cervantes, Levi.
I also jinxed myself at work. I was saying I haven't had a rust job in a while, and I just got a nasty one. I'm sorry, man. That sucks. No. Keith says, a machine polish question. I see some DAs have the ability to remove backing plates. Can you swap these out? Say you bought a 5-inch and you swap out a 3-inch plate and then be able to do an A-pillar or other smaller things. So yes and no. With some of the Harbor Freight DAs that were the short throw 8mm, look very much like the Porter Cable 7424 or like the Porter Cable 7424.
You can swap all those
You can
backing
swap
plates
all
out.
those backing plates. We've recommended if you buy that tool, you should go to a 5-inch backing plate, period.
Or
It'll make
or
that better.
3-inch.
Or fully dedicated as a 3-inch because it's a great machine with a 3-inch. Rupes polishers, when the very first generation that came out, the 21, when it came out, it was a general common backing plate, and you could put a 5-inch backing plate on it. People did. This also allowed people to do what was called the washer mod. Mm-hmm. And they would space that out a little bit. The Rupes, the next generation, when the Mark II came out, the first thing the Mark II did was they created a specific locking nut and backing plate for the polishers. So you could no longer put a 5-inch backing plate on a 6-inch backing plate tool. So the 15 with the 5, you could not take the backing plate and put it on the 21. You couldn't take the 6 and put it on that. You couldn't take the 4 off of the 12.
Can you not swap? I thought you could still on the Mark II swap.
You couldn't on the Mark IIs.
okay.
On
I
the
thought it
Mark,
was until the Mark III.
the Mark IIIs, they keyed them the same, so you could do that, but they absolutely do not recommend
Right.
that you do
They're
that.
very purposeful in how they talk about that.
However, I did that with my 21. I have a 5-inch kamikaze billet aluminum backing plate that will destroy cars
Yeah, that thing
On-
is terrifying.
You have that in your Mark 1.
on my Mark 1.
Thing's
21.
crazy. Although yours is a Frankenstein Mark 1.
It's pretty wicked.
Yeah.
Yeah, I honestly, I have my 21, right? Don't use it. It just sits there. I always grab the 15.
I do too.
I was going to
I
say,
don't- I
everybody
don't-
always thinks
I
the bigger
don't-
one is
15
better.
would be the
15
best.
is what
I don't
detail
ever
is
touch
usually
the 21. I'll probably use the 21 when I polish my truck out again this year. But
Yeah, the 15
that-
just does everything.
the 20, I feel bad about the 21 sitting in there. It just sits for so long, and I go,
Well, think about
that's
it.
several $100 that just sits there. It doesn't do me
If
any
you're
good.
working,
Whereas the 15 is paid for itself as well, technically we built those machines, but that's
got 'em for free.
Yeah, we got them for free. But I mean, that 15, I don't even know how. I just, it's my favorite.
the
It's my
15 can do
go-to.
everything. But if you're working on like excursions and Suburbans and Tahoes all day and you have big broad panels, 21 makes sense if you want to save a little time.
Not even
15
that.
is what everybody is going to realistically use, though, if you get a variety
I just
of
have more
vehicles
fun with the
in
15,
your-
I think. I just,
Well, yeah, it's more
I'm able to
maneuverable.
do a lot of stuff with it. Even with my 21 with a 5-inch backing plate, I still enjoy the 15. I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
It's just perfect. Why Wade saying not to mention the DA is much safer. Yes, it is.
Mm-hmm.
Keith saying areas with a single machine, just a beginner, so I want to maximize equipment. So that's where we say, Keith, like the Porter Cable 7424, great tool because you have that ability to change out different backing plates. Glenn, 100%. Levi, I learned on a rotary 25 years ago and still feel I learned something new when I use it. That's right, man. Jasper, hey guys, I've been watching every episode. Just been missing the lives. Been a pleasure to watch. Keep killing it, guys, and glad you guys are healthy. Thank you, Jasper. We appreciate
Thank
it.
you, Jasper.
Detail Morty, Granny shifting, double clutching, not shifting
like
when you're
you
supposed
should.
to. And Eric, do you think that Amazon Canada will sell diamond products? Yes, they
Yes.
are making their way there.
process.
Eventually.
OCD, thank you. That's exactly what I wanted to know.
Perfect. I think we're on to page 2.
I didn't have a video on Diamond Body. It was on my Camaro, which is a Garage Queen, and I soap washed it. It was only after one drive, so it only had dust on it. Okay. Good. In Focus, I was thinking I'd got a bad bottle because I didn't have the glass beads in it. I doubt that, though. On Diamond Body doesn't have the glass beads. It's Diamond Body 36 that
36.
does.
Yeah.
You do have to shake it, though.
I don't know, man. Give it another wash. See what happens. Maybe send us a video footage, and maybe we can kind of help you from there. I mean, worst case scenario, maybe you did. Maybe it's a weird one-off bottle.
You
where,
could have,
like,
and we
where
can
the-
take care of that for you.
And we can take care of that,
Yeah.
and we'll get you sorted out.
Yeah.
Ron Ayotte, a little late, but hello to Ayat. Sorry, yada. A lot of yada. And we have Martin here. It says, "Hey guys, what's your favorite rinseless wash soap?" O&R Absolute. Martin,
we see what you did
Depends
there.
on
Martin.
the day.
Martin.
you're so funny.
That's
You're
funny.
so funny.
He was making jokes.
Yeah.
Trying to make jokes. Franco, what's up with the
Trying to
weird
pin ya.
tobacco spit looking jelly that settles in the bottom of my rags to riches? That is just active ingredients that needs to be shaken up. You can put some distilled water on it, shake the snot out of it,
It'll be okay.
and it'll be more rinseless water or more rags to riches.
What's weird? Some people talk about the issue with the gelling at the
Yeah.
bottom, and I've seen it before. I've seen, not personally, but I've seen it in photos and videos.
Yeah,
and
I
things
have
like that
some in
people
one of
have
my
sent.
bottles.
But I've gone through 3 gallons since Rags to Riches was released. 3 gallons of Rags to Riches.
Yeah, me
With
too.
all my washes. And 2, or in
I was
130.
say it's been a while,
in-
so that's
in
pretty good.
132 ounce thing.
Yeah.
I do a lot of.
Yeah, you go through a
I
lot
do
of them, and
lot of
still it lasts that
microfiber
long.
washing, and in all that time, I've never had one bottle clump up, which I've wondered because some people have had the issue. But I had one that I pulled fresh just from, I don't know. Well, no, I've had it for several months now. That I pulled fresh out of my cabinet to go fill up my thing, which I made a little
Yeah,
reel
sure.
on. If you
Uh-huh.
saw
I
that,
did see that.
and no clumps. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was like
I had
luck
one
of
that
the-
had a clump in it,
luck
and
of the draw.
that's when I filled it with this. I called Dave, filled it with some
Yeah.
distilled water,
Yeah.
and literally spent a week shaking it
Yeah.
a lot, randomly, different directions, different angles, 5 minutes at a time, here and there. Just really shook it, and I was able to break it free.
Yeah.
And I was able to reuse the rest of
But the most important part of all this is that it didn't affect the actual
Didn't
product.
affect
No, it
anything.
doesn't affect the
No.
product
So
itself.
for anybody who's worried about
Just
that,
looks
no.
unsightly.
Martin says, I just bought my first Rag Company clay towel.
Nice.
It worked perfectly.
Yes.
Awesome, man. Then Harry Housewife Diamond Protect exterior stuff is unreal. Once opened, how long does it last on the shelf?
that a few
Best case
times.
scenario is remember about a year. But
So try
it
and
depends
use
on
it
where it's
once you've
stored.
opened it.
We recommend
Interior lasts quite some time.
Cool.
we recommend cool, dark places.
So not freezing cold, just
Yeah.
cool.
Helio, hey TRC, what dilution would you recommend for wheels and tires during a rinseless wash? Same, 256-1.
Bam.
Franco,
Martin, Richard, they're both great. I like to switch them up because I like the different scents. That's a
you
great
go.
Yep.
point there.
The experience
And then Hilo says, what dilution? And then
256
256
to
to
1.
1. Keith Jackson says, question, guys. Mother-in-law has a 23-year-old Toyota. Her plastic headlights are gone yellow, and they are not foggy at all, just yellow. Looks like they were once machine polished. Is it possible to get rid of the yellowness, or is it just old age and the yellow will not come? Chances are that yellow is going to come right out. That oxidation will probably polish out.
He specifically points out it's not
yes
foggy,
and no,
though.
it might be because it is a Toyota. Toyota and
I'm thinking
Lexus-
like a little sun
Okay,
bleaching.
so-
No,
going
but
on.
Toyota and Lexus in their polycarbonates, they did have colorants added.
I know what
As
you're
the
saying.
Toyota did have a bit of a yellowing, where Lexus has almost a bit of a greenish blue.
So, but
Yeah,
the
the
thing is,
polycarbonate.
it will potentially clean up. It
will.
But it might still have a yellow hue
Agreed.
to it.
Agreed.
In like
Yeah.
what looks like it's on the inside of the
Yes,
plastic.
because it is
and
inside.
that's it.
It's embedded in the clear.
It's in there.
I
the
feel-
But it will
manufacturer.
polish out though.
Yeah.
Specifically, the mid '90s ES300s. Those I always saw yellow headlights on. For some reason,
know
they
what you're
just
talking about,
really
yeah.
yellowed like crazy. You go to
Bad.
just type in ES300 into like Craigslist or something, they'll pop up. You'll see at least one or two that have like the yellowy headlights, more than any other model I've seen out of all the Toyota and Lexus products from that time period.
Yeah, it was just the
something
just the
about it.
creation of polycarbonate over the last 20 years.
Yeah.
A lot of them started doing stuff to basically add some form of UV protectant or something, and it changed the tint
The hue of
to
it,
help with either the light distribution or the UV
So
capability.
some
of
of
it.
those had greenish
Yep.
hues
Yeah.
to it. Seen bluish hues to it. The blue actually looks kind of nice. But
So you just want to get
yeah.
some UV protection on there.
Franco says, maximum overdrive, goblin face, good memories.
Okay.
That's one of our our listeners' profile
Yeah,
pics.
yeah.
Oh yeah, that maximum over. Yeah. Okay, the
Hilo
movie.
says,
Yeah.
hello TRC. What dilution for APC would you recommend for wheels and tires during a rinseless wash?
What dilution of
Okay.
APC? Depends on the APC you're using.
Different.
If you're using forced, you could use it straight. You could use it 5-to-1. You could use it 10-to-1. It really just depends on what the APC is.
I go
and
like
which one's
I go
stronger.
like 20 to 1. Whenever
If you're
I'm
using like
APC.
Green Star or something.
I go like 20 to 1. Then I'm able to safely rinse it off with a rinseless.
There you go.
My guy Kirby says, Keith Jackson, yes, that yellow will be removed either sanding or using chemicals. Keith Jackson says, thanks. And then Ron Ayotte says, should have changed. Dane should have changed.
Should have charged.
Should
more.
charge more for his Jag. You are because it is the star of
Jaguar.
the absolute commercial.
Yeah.
That's fair. Should have done that. I think there's at least one person out there who would respect that.
Tony says, I get unfrosted Pop-Tarts because I'm healthy and I hate myself.
Oh no.
Tony, that's so sad.
It's like you want to enjoy a
Because
nice thing, but you
there
get the
is-
worst version of it.
But the thing is, there is no unfrosted Pop-Tart branded Pop-Tart, is there?
Yes, there is.
No, there's not.
Yes, there is.
I mean, the brown sugar ones were about as
Pop-Tart,
lame as it
Pop-Tart.
got.
Yes, there is a plain strawberry Pop-Tart.
No, there is not.
Yes, with
Where there's
no
no frosting on the outside.
When,
I've seen
when was
those.
that
Yeah.
created?
Last
Since the
10 years?
No, the inception of the Pop-Tarts. I used
really?
to get them when I was a kid.
Oh.
Pop-Tart.
My dad did the same thing.
I'm
My
not-
dad.
He's making sure it's not a toaster strudel.
It's
No,
not,
it's
or,
not.
store-bought
No, it's a
Kroger,
Pop-Tart.
whatever the heck it is,
Pop-Tart. Kellogg's Pop-Tart.
with zero frosting.
My
on it.
dad used to get them because he thought they were less sugar.
Are they?
No, they're the same.
No, they gotta be less
Same
sugar.
number of carbohydrates. Actually, I think
Really?
they have more carbohydrates than.
Dang it.
Than the
I got
sugared
excited
ones.
about those because I don't really even care for the frosting that much. I just like the rawness of
Yeah.
the Pop-Tart.
So not to screw things up, but I actually went back a couple pages because G. Davis said he thought I missed a page. So we're going to go back But we're here on some new comments.
No, I think he's messing with you.
No, because it looks like newer stuff, but you guys tell me. We'll
Okay.
try it out. These look like new questions.
Okay.
All right. LHF saying, afternoon, gentlemen. Thank you. Followed by JD.
Oh, these look
Yeah,
new.
those are all new.
Yeah, they look like it.
JD Garage saying, used forced for the first time on tires. It was amazing. Only one pass needed. However, I used it straight up. Is there a good dilution ratio for tires? Straight, 5-to-1, 10-to-1, whichever one you want to work. Eve says, do you know if I can put Diamond Protect Body 36 on a motorcycle visor and on a helmet?
I
wouldn't.
I wouldn't put it. I'd maybe like the helmet.
You could probably get away
fine.
with glass.
Visor, don't do the
put it on the
visor.
visor.
Yeah, you could put probably glass on the visor, but like these guys, I probably just wouldn't worry about it.
Yeah.
I don't. I try not to mess with anything on on my visors, on my stuff.
You can just put some bead maker on
Put
your
bead
visor.
maker on there. I'll put like quick detailers on there. I just don't want to mess with anything that could potentially leave a permanent,
like super
marking
permanent
or
stuff.
any type of discoloration because that could affect vision.
And the reason G. Davis told you to go back a page,
Yeah.
for those in Meridian, please
Oh,
join
no.
Anthony Saturday night at the Chili's on North Eagle Road to celebrate their first annual Narcolepsy and Single Dads Quesadilla Night.
There it is.
That's what it was for.
That's what it was for.
I like the queso there, right?
Yeah.
They have a good queso.
Jeremy Jones says, back to the rotary versus random. Seems like if you look back, say a year later on a vehicle, and you used a rotary on, the swirls can come back. On a rotary, yes, if you only used a rotary, because a lot of it is you can see the buffer trails. You see the scratch pattern that they put in. A DA puts a different scratch pattern into it.
It's random, so it
Your
avoids
eyes
that
don't
entirely.
notice it. Your eyes don't notice it the same way as an omnidirectional that the rotary does. Caden March, hey guys, quick question. What would be a decent wallet-friendly polisher for a DIYer that I may use once or twice a year? Greetings and afternoon from CUNA. Caden,
Hey.
honestly, that Harbor Freight that looks like a Porter Cable 7424, or get the Porter Cable 7424.
Yeah.
The thing's like $150 less.
Not
It's
expensive.
$120.
About $120. It's a killer tool that you'll have the rest of your life.
Yeah.
That's great. Or like other people have been picking up lately. I mean, there's been a lot of people that are just picking up the Griot stuff.
Grio's
and
G9 specifically.
Sure.
I've
I mean-
seen
I mean,
mentioned. Yeah. I don't have
it's like the
experience
same
with it,
price,
but-
and I know a lot of people that run those machines and have had good luck with them. So yeah, you could pick up one of those or jump into a big boy status and get yourself a Rubez.
Yeah, get comfortable with
Whatever
the
you wanna do.
process and then move along.
Humberto says the cap per vial on Humalog is $35 for non-branded. From them is $25. So yeah, the difference was on the article I read was that the normal Eli Lilly insulin was the $35, but Humalog was going to be this price. So hopefully we can get it down there. I'd be really excited to see it. Yeah. Rotary Chevy saying, what flannels are those? These are Dixon's. Dixxon. It's what we wear here at the Rag Company. Thank you. We appreciate
fans.
it. They look great. Umberto says, for Humalog without insurance, $270. Yeah, it's crazy per vial. $270 a vial. That's why they called it liquid gold.
They
Cost
did.
of it for it was more than gold.
Okay, I'm going to page 3.
All right.
Here we go.
Further question. Once I grab a polisher machine, genuine thoughts on CSL versus Diamond Body 36 for a coating. Both are going to be extremely easy for you to install. Both are going to give you a lot of gloss and a lot of hydrophobic. So, Caden, it really comes down to your budget and what you feel like you want to do with it.
Okay.
Franco. Dude, hydrophobic that. Sup, everybody. And then, Rotary, where does PNS get the 16-ounce labels made? I think at their own facility. I think they print them themselves.
No, they do send them out. I just don't know.
I don't
know.
We
I
don't
don't know
exactly
that much.
Dino Dane, did you speak about the company I sent to you?
I'm totally blanking on what that was. Dino, remind us.
Alpha says, have you guys used 3D Car Care? What do y'all think about it? So 3D is a good brand. They're a brand that makes everything in-house, and they recently went through a purchasing from a much larger company that bought them. But they're a good brand, been around a long time. They were based out of Southern California for a long time. And Tunch Gorin, who created the brand, used to literally mix chemicals and everything in the back of his first storefront. But they've been around a long time. They're a good brand. Martin Richard, would you like a rinseless wash with O&R or
Still
Absolute?
trying.
Both.
Both. I would eat
Enjoy
them
both.
on a plane, in a train, on a boat,
On a fox.
with a fox,
Okay.
in a box.
Nice.
G. Davis says, when the doctor gave me the bad news today, the first thing I thought of was Dane's advice at the motel in Paramus. when life is tough, remember that large and corruptible Swedish women love microfiber. No truer words have ever been spoken.
That was the weirdest breakfast conversation I think we ever had.
Well, and it was funny because he literally, Dane, I remember that time, Dane was sitting down. He had his pancakes with him.
Yeah.
And
I'm a
he had
waffles
just finished
guy.
pouring the syrup on it. And he said, I'm normally a waffles guy, but the Paramus Hampton Inn
New
only
Jersey's
is
got me
serving
all screwed up.
pancakes at the moment. And we
Yeah.
said, Dane, they had waffles yesterday, but you missed it. And he goes, oh, mm-hmm. And then he started cutting up those pancakes. And I remember he had asked you if you had gotten the eggs. You said you did. And then he said, when life is tough, remember that large and corruptible Swedish women love microfiber.
Yeah.
And all of us kind of took a second. I remember Morgan was like,
step back for a second there.
okay. And then Dane asked he goes, where'd you guys get the coffee?
Well, no, he said,
Yeah.
speaking of which, I need some milk. And so
Oh, he
that's
did
when
say that.
ran
That's what
over,
it was. Because then he said,
got
where's the milk
himself
for the
a
coffee?
carton of whole milk.
Yeah, I remember that now. It was a weird morning.
Does this sound like me?
Yeah, and then Noxie came down.
Yeah.
Oh,
Franco
well.
says, holy jeez, with the amount of dye that came out of the brown wolf pack. I could have just wet the towel and rubbed it on some woodwork for some nice wood stain.
Well, that's why we told you to wash them before you use them.
That's why we insist you
we
wash
said
them
that
before you use
over-
them.
over-
A million
over.
times we told people
With the wolf
wash
pack,
them.
first.
first.
Specifically.
But really,
wash first.
I washed mine and I did not have any.
Well, he probably
dye
didn't wash it.
issues.
He
No,
probably,
he probably just
used it in a
went
wet
straight
bucket.
on.
Oh, yeah, no, I washed
That's
mine.
what we're saying. You
Yeah.
gotta
Exactly.
wash it
Because a lot of
first.
people just open the bag and immediately go, all right, time to use them.
Now you got to wash
He
it.
said the wolf pack has to be washed.
In
So-
Focus Photography says, I didn't have a video of the diamond body. It was
Okay,
on the
now we're caught up to
Camaro,
where we
which
were.
is a garage queen. I soap washed it. It was only after one dry. Okay, so I think we're caught up.
Yeah,
now,
we're
so we can
caught
go.
up to those ones. So now I'm moving up above. Okay, Franco with the Mexican overdrive goblin. Okay, now we're caught up here. We did this
All
one.
right, Franco, have you ever put butter on a Pop-Tart? It's so freaking good.
I don't think that would be good, actually.
And Joey,
Franco.
someone say raw Pop-Tarts?
Yeah,
Yeah,
isn't it crazy?
Joey.
They come out of the woodwork.
Raw Pop-Tart conversations.
G. Davis, I'm looking forward to Anthony's TR SEMA segment on raw virgins.
Oh, dear. Martin, still trying.
Hey, guys, O&R absolute for a rinseless wash. Either or.
You
And
can't
then
go
Franco
wrong either
says,
way.
nothing like taking a Pop-Tart raw, Joey.
So good.
And the Magic Berry Soil, formerly Chernobyl Dirt States, dirt sales. Heard you need some views, so we got the backup accounts playing in the background. Cheers from Chernobyl.
Crap, dude.
Great show, by the way. Great
Magic
show.
Berry soil.
Oh, no.
Still, that is the dedication to these these jokes in the past.
It's
is
like a shell
incredible.
company that
awesome.
changed names.
So nice.
This is why we
Does
do
business
this every
as.
week.
Larry
Magic
saying
Berry
butter
Soil.
on a Pop-Tart was a 70s thing in the Texas. I never did it, but many of my family and friends did.
Huh.
That's weird. Ron,
Yeah.
Strange.
not doing door jams on any details, like taking a shower with your clothes on. Exactly.
You missed a spot.
So, do you know a fun fact?
Huh.
There's been several details I've done.
Where you just don't do the jams.
Did never touch the jams. The thing is, I told them though I wasn't doing the jams because I said, "Hey, do you want me to do the jams?" "Oh no, you don't need to do that." And I told, "Okay, I'm not doing it."
So the fast way I go around on the cars that I don't want to do a full door jam cleaning,
No, I just
towel with rinseless,
I
dunked in
O&R.
rinseless,
Yeah,
O&R,
O&R.
and I just wipe it down.
Well, I only
Give
if
it a
I'm doing
quick
an
wipe.
exterior detail, it's like a full thing. I'm only opening up the door jam to remove any compound that got inside there. Wipe that out. Wipe
Yeah.
any other area out. But if it's filthy, I'm like, no, I'm not gonna.
Mm-hmm.
That's just me though. I don't know. Ron Ayotte says, or like
Frank,
not
thanks.
watching. Oh yeah, sorry I'm late, Levi. Are you sick? Says Steiner.
But he's getting better.
Kevin Steiner. Yeah, so I've been sick all week, but I'm like, I feel fine. I'm
You just sound
tired
terrible.
and my voice is gone.
LHF
But I don't have
detailing.
COVID, so that's good.
Says,
good.
listening to you guys while I'm working on a level 2 paint correction and just started hearing a slight ticking coming from my Rupes LHR 15. Hopefully it makes it through this car.
Hope so. Just know that you also can send in that Rupes to Rupes. You can fill out their service request, and they will print out a shipping label and everything for you. And you can get that whole thing factory refurbished for back put together about $100, I think.
It is an awesome deal.
Pretty sweet. G. Davis, Dane could always use the driving gloves he got at the pants optional massage chair training weekend.
Oh, why is there training?
It was. Why is there training for that? Yeah.
Why?
Get Dane some leather driving gloves, a jacket, and a scarf, and don't forget the vesties.
Oh, man.
Gross. Gross.
I need some like pelote skinny shoes for the driving experience.
I didn't.
Jag
I would
Hellcat. They
cry.
call it the English. They call it the Hades feline.
Hades feline.
Keith. Anthony, sorry I asked about that F-type engine question. I didn't realize Dane had the spec sheet memorized. I bet he reads that every night before bait.
No, that's
Dane,
the problem.
I love you, buddy.
I can't remember what I did yesterday for half the things, but when it comes to car stuff, random things will just latch into my brain. You guys have seen it. It's just like instant recall on things that nobody else cares
The
about.
first several words of his comment, I was like, "No,
He knew what was
Keith,
happening.
what are you doing?"
So yeah, let's just say I come from a family like my dad was into trains. I'm into cars. Like there's a little going on upstairs. It just
There's
like
something a little off, right? That gets you on.
I'm definitely on the spectrum. We took the test.
Okay, yeah. We did take the test, and
I
the
scored
results came in.
The higher than you.
G. Davis
I don't know
says,
if that's winning or not.
"Will you guys?"
One of that one.
G says, "Will you guys address the rumor on the forums that via litigation, SEMA is being rebranded to Mounting Doer
Canada. Oh, I love that,
yeah.
G. Thank you.
We'll have to see. I mean, those
dear.
changes could happen during the week of SEMA. So, hey boys, this is Kyle's Auto
Kyle, what's
Detailing.
going on,
Hey.
man? David Cervantes, question about your collaboration with Autofiber. Will there be more collabs with them? Also, curious as to if their products come from the same factory as yours. I will remain loyal to TRC though. So,
Thanks, bud.
true answer to Autofiber. All our factories are different.
They are.
And the reason for the collab of the Pearl Puck is that we were utilizing a Pearl Weave, and at the time, Ian did not have a Pearl Weave. And we had he had the barrier technology.
It's proprietary
We don't have
to
it.
them.
It's proprietary to Autofiber. So we thought we'd join forces. Now, if there's other items, in the future, of course, we love Ian. He's
Never
a
say
blast.
never.
And he's been creating some really cool products. And one thing that we do like about Ian is his ability to innovate.
He's
and
passionate
come up with
about
some
it. He really
really
is.
great ideas. And that's one of the things that we enjoy with him.
Yeah.
True.
So.
Long Island says, Dane, I am a Mazda B Series Ford Ranger enthusiast. I'm so sorry to hear that. I've heard you are too. Let's chat.
I wouldn't go so far
are you
to
gonna
say
talk about, your blown head
enthusiast,
gasket?
But once again, this is one of those things where it's not something I chose to know a decent amount about. I just wound up
It's like,
Yeah.
ooh.
remembering a bunch of stuff. I just happened to get the worst one, the
I'm
B3000.
excited. I'm
that
excited
3
for
liter.
you to meet Gary and enjoy your time together.
Yes,
it's going to be a
the
good time.
3 liter V6 was a problem. If I'd had the 4 liter, it would have been fine. Or if I'd had the
Gary
4
knows.
cylinder, it would have been fine.
Gary understands.
But I had the 3
He's
liter
an
V6
enthusiast as well.
with coolant link head gasket. It was just not.
What's
a
the
good
towing
time.
capacity on one of those things?
It's not nothing, but it was just like, it sounded good, but that
So
was about
I
it.
just heard about this.
But I
Rotary-
love the platform.
Rotary Chevy says, next Thursday podcast, fun drink review. Do Prime Hydration. Available at Walmart, maybe Ralph's and GNC. They sell out quick. Try the hydration plastic bottle one. They also have an energy metal bottle. I heard this.
Wow.
I saw it on the news. The Prime Hydration is like super fast selling out. But a lot of people have been trying it. And they're like, it's kind of gross.
I haven't heard of it, so I know nothing about that.
I just heard about this today.
Dearness.
In the UK,
I
it's
am
huge.
Just
not
putting
a-
random liquids
No,
in your
I was
body that you
not
have
a
no.
Logan Paul fan,
Oh.
and he is
That's whose it
affiliated
is?
That
with
makes
Prime.
sense.
That's who's
Okay.
Oh,
And
forget
so,
that. I'm not
like,
going anywhere near that.
I think he has like a part ownership of the company,
That
and
makes
because of
sense.
that, like ruined. I would never even try the product because
Okay, you
of
guys
that.
know way more about this.
And
That
it's-
makes sense.
it's-
Yeah, all I saw was that there was a product flying off the shelves in the UK, Prime Hydration. And I was
So
like,
it's just a bunch of hype kids going out and buying
Pretty
it or
much.
whatever.
I
Okay,
think it's
yeah,
just a
n-
bunch of-
zero
because of Jake
interest.
Paul, probably.
No, it's Logan Paul. It's
Or
just a
Logan.
bunch
Logan
of-
or Jake, no interest.
But I never forgot about the Forest video.
Yeah, the
I don't know about
Forest
you
video.
guys. So
or just the annoying boxing
know,
stuff.
David,
Anyway,
people don't forget.
No.
Moving
David
on.
says, would it be possible to make a little twist loop towel eaglet size, like an FTW or Liquidator? Yes, it's possible. It probably would be pretty expensive, though, for something that size. Eve saying, do you guys know if we can put that Diamond Body 36 on a motorcycle visor or helmet visor? Anthony says, please don't do that. Woo says, I'm with you, Anthony. My 21 just sits. I made the mistake of buying the 21 first versus a 15.
I bought the 21 first, and then I got my 15, and then I
Everybody thinks they need
kind of
more,
a
but they don't.
paperweight there now. But I mean, it's great for trucks, great for boats, great for big things. I'm just not doing a whole lot of big jobs like that.
Yeah, we're going to little sporty tuner
says,
cars.
Dane, I think you skipped a page.
And that's what I saw when I went back, and we're good.
The Road Race saying, can PNS Express Interior Cleaner clean carpet instead of PNS Carpet Bomber? Yes, you can. Can I use Express Interior straight from the gallon for more cleaning power or 1-to-1 for lighter? Yes, you can. Both correct. Demo, I grew up eating plain Pop-Tarts. See?
Plain Pop-Tarts are like the near beer of Pop-Tarts.
A lot of people would, that's what they do.
It's not a Pop-Tart experience
honestly
unless you got
because of
the
the
frosting.
It's because
even
of the
though
frosting.
it's bad for
Parents were like, oh.
But it's
well, I
already
want it to
bad
be
for you. Not
easier.
having the frosting doesn't make it any
But they wouldn't
healthier.
read the instructions because I thought that. Augie is a big fan of Pop-Tarts.
Yeah.
And I thought, oh, maybe I should get the ones without the frosting. I look at the carbohydrates. It's literally one carbohydrate less.
Yeah.
I go, well, this is no better than the normal ones for him, so
Yeah.
I'll just get him the normal ones.
But just to be super pedantic,
'Cause I'm dosing for 25 grams
It's-
instead of 24.
it's a little incorrect to call them unfrosted because if they haven't been frosted at all, you can't unfrost it. So they're just non-frosted. There's a difference.
I don't know. I mean,
Okay.
Unfrosted
that's
means they
what I mean,
had
like,
frosting
that's-
and then you removed
so
it.
technically, without the
Non-frosted
frosting,
means the
it's-
frosting was never applied.
No, well, that's a true virgin Pop-Tart. I mean, is what we're talking
That's
about.
truly
now.
a virgin
so
Pop-Tart,
basically,
yes.
there's a difference between a raw Pop-Tart and a virgin Pop-Tart. And so you go to a grocery store, they say, "How do you like your Pop-Tart, sir?" I'm
Yeah.
like,
Raw is uncooked.
yeah.
But if you say, I want an unfrosted Pop-Tart, they'll take a frosted Pop-Tart and they'll scrape it off in front of you. And then that's an unfrosted Pop-Tart. You don't want that. No, you want to have a non-frosted
Monster.
Pop-Tart. You want a plain
Stop
Pop-Tart.
it.
There's a difference. Words matter.
There you go.
All right.
Caden says, Dane, you skipped an entire page of comments.
Yes, and then I went back and
RJS
fixed it.
says, going to do a full paint correction on my bright white Jeep Trailhawk. Do you have any suggestions? Using Coach Chemi Fine and Sonex Perfect Finish was my choice. Yeah, go for that. And then Diamond 360. Nice.
Do it. That
Get it,
sounds like a
man.
plan.
Look nice. Eve says, any recommendations for polishing windshields, pads, and polish? Clarity Cream.
Yep.
And I really do recommend either the blue coarse wool from Rupes for glass or the maroon Buff and Shine pad. Those are my two favorite pads on glass.
Agreed.
Ratone 502, how do you guys dry your Dixon shirts? My shirts say on the collar to hang to dry, but the little white washing tag says low heat dryer. What do you believe? I do both. Some of them
I put 'em in my
some of
dryer
them
low heat.
some of them I dry and I do low heat.
But you get
Some
the
of them-
pilling eventually.
Yeah, some of them what I do on the newer ones, especially when they're still new, I hang dry them.
Yeah.
And I just pull them out of the wash, shake them, put a hanger in there,
Yeah.
and hang dry it.
Nope. I just comes out of the wash, goes into the hanger, and it's dry in 5 minutes.
It is dry in 5 minutes. Weird.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
Ah.
What's your take on cordless polishers? We like them. They're great.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, good luck with that.
Dino says Lightning brand. Dane.
Oh, okay. We talked about it on Facebook. Okay, so are those like the lights for like swirl finder lights? Was
Yeah,
that
yeah,
what
yeah.
you were
Yeah,
talking
it
about?
was, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We haven't really had a chance to look into it.
No, haven't tried them or
I
anything.
think John Hole sells those lights.
Yeah.
Why Wait saying I love waterless wash. Glad you do. Why Wait? Thank you.
Yeah.
And Franco says, of course I pre-washed my wolves. Well, good. We're glad, man. I will say, though, many times some of the ink or the dye does need a couple washes to get it fully washed out of the towel.
Yeah.
Tyler says, raw or cooked Pop-Tarts? Well, we know raw, Tyler. Raw.
Raw always. Not a joke alert. Says G. Davis. I remember the lady behind Dane at the breakfast buffet staring a hole through him with his 8-inch pile of bacon. Keto Dane.
He had a
Yeah.
pile of bacon.
Keto
Yeah.
just means eating all the bacon.
He had
Yeah.
bacon
That's
and
all it
eggs,
means.
And he had a big pile of bacon. Everyone's like,
So
large
that's
pile of
what
bacon.
happened. We were all kind of jumping on this keto train around there, right? And I had tried it. I said, I'll try this out. Let's see how it's going.
Dane actually
Zero
lost like 20
discipline.
pounds.
Dane was losing weight, right?
He was. He was dumping it.
absolutely like shut down my gallbladder or something happened.
no.
And like my body wasn't processing food anymore.
sick.
I was like absolutely sick. So when I
Yeah.
said I'm going on this trip, I'm done with the stupid I'm not doing this keto crap like this.
Sure.
I feel the worst I've ever felt in my life. And this was like after like 3 weeks or so, almost 4 weeks.
Yeah.
So I said, I'm not doing this again. Dane, however, was like, oh, I love this. And he was just piling on the bacon.
Well, yeah.
and-
If you're big like me and you're like, I just lost 40 pounds over the last few months, like this is
Yeah.
amazing.
yeah, that's true.
And Ivan is a testament to.
Ivan is a testament to that. But
can work.
Ivan's built different though. He's
Yeah,
French
that
Canadian.
man really
and
committed.
He's got the stomach power for that. Hugo Fireflies says, on my last detail, I cleaned the door jambs, revealed some rust, and had to put some dirt in. Client was happy.
You're like, I better make it a little
Put
dirtier.
that way back there.
They don't deserve to see this just yet.
Hugo saying, hey guys. And then Joey says, I hate door jams because they're just so far down. I still do them though.
Well, that's what
'cause he's a-
happens
Depends
when
on the
you're
vehicle.
Jack
when you're
Reacher,
like a Jack
Yeah.
Reacher
Jack
physique.
Reacher physique at 6. What's he? 6'9"?
He's
Yeah.
at
7'2".
At least 7'2", 400 pounds.
400
Now,
pounds.
question about door jambs, because like on my Flex, for example, that seems to have way more.
There's too much
door
metal.
hanging down
Yeah.
below the point where the door card
Yeah,
is. It
that's-
stops and then it goes like another
That's
3
because
inches.
the Flex is a Ford Windstar with a different body on it.
It's not. It's a Taurus.
So the substructure is very different.
It's-
so they had to
yeah.
add metal around it. So that's why your doors look like
It's
that.
it's just comical how much extra
I feel like
the
if
door
anything
goes
was
down.
going to be a bulletproof car, it should be the Ford Flex.
It
I feel
would
like it'd
be,
be
yeah.
the easiest car to make bulletproof.
It's a
Yeah.
box, man. I love it. All right, Aaron's here.
Isn't Chernobyl the nuclear disaster? Is
Yes.
he detailing a radioactive area, isn't he? I don't know any detailer that can remove radioactive material in a car.
Well, they shouldn't.
yeah,
Aaron.
you can't.
So
You
please
can't,
don't
Aaron.
take that literally.
Yeah.
It's a joke.
Jeremy says, I second butter on a hot Pop
You
Tart.
weirdos! What do
man,
you?
look
We're
at
going to
all
have to
these
try
guys.
this.
I'm not. So I'm not going to
We're
try.
gonna have to try it.
I'm not going to
We're gonna
butter
have
my
to.
tart. I'm
I'm
not going
gonna.
to do that.
I'm going to butter some tarts.
Do you,
Aw,
so
Demo
I
too?
guess what I want to know: do you butter the front side or the back side?
The top side.
Yeah,
with the
but
with the holes. You got to butter the perforations.
Okay, you can't butter those holes because the holes are way too tight.
If you butter the hole, you're going to get some of that in the hole,
We
and it's going
cannot
to
be
taste
having this
delicious.
conversation.
I'm Levi, as a guy that eats a lot of the frosted strawberry Pop Tarts, I'm telling you that you can't butter that hole. Like,
can butter
there's-
the holes.
There's not enough room in there.
I'll butter a hole.
No, okay. You would have to make your own hole in the Pop Tart before
Sometimes
you could
I
butter
have
it.
to, but I'm going to butter the
You're gonna
perforations.
tear that Pop Tart a new one, is what you're saying.
You gotta go
So-
right through the middle, right?
I can butter those Pop Tart perforations.
Oh
Okay,
man,
well,
Demo
we
says
will
me
see.
too, Jeremy.
These crazy butter people,
Aaron's
man.
hedging Perry Soil is a champ, detailing a radioactive car challenge. Nobody go out and do that. It's a bad idea. Like really.
Keith says, I found some car wax in a garden shed. It's about 10 years old. Never opened it. It sounds like a frozen block. Is
Yeah.
this wax past its best before date, or is it still good to use? Honestly, Keith, it's probably still okay.
It's wax, so it's gonna hold up better than some of the other stuff.
Yeah. Rogue says,
Not a
do you
guarantee,
recommend switching to a 5-inch backing plate on the Grios G9? I heard it's better. You could try.
I would imagine
People
it would be
seem to
better.
like
I
that.
would learn about what Grios says you can and cannot do. Because,
Yeah.
like, Rupes says don't do it because it puts too much stress on the motor.
Sure, you might shorten the lifespan.
And you can void your warranty and that whatnot.
But if you're the kind of person who doesn't care about those things, then just know the risks going in. All right, I got JD here's. Do you all recommend coating exhaust tips or just throwing some bead maker during weekly washes? If coating, what do you recommend? There's actually good coatings.
You
for
can
that.
coat them in C5
Yeah.
or diamond wheels.
Yep.
Both will work just fine. The difference is on metal, you're not going to get a lot of life on those coatings
High
because of the
heat.
fact, not the heat, it's the fact that metal oxidizes.
Oh.
So
Well, as I say, the
it's-
kind of coating you put on, though, you want to have a high heat.
yeah,
type
both
of
of those
coating.
are high
That's
heat,
what
but
I was getting at.
but the metal oxidizes so fast that the coating shortens the life of the coating because of the fact that the metal is always continually oxidizing. So if it's a metal pipe or tip that does have some form of clear coat over it, because there's some that do have a clear coat on them, that will help a lot more. But on some of the raw metals like your titanium tips or a polished aluminum tip or just a stainless steel tip, you are going to have to deal with that oxidation. So you are going to have to do it more often. And
So
clean
even
the
on
tips.
titanium, then.
Yeah,
Okay.
100%.
Okay,
It's a
yeah.
raw metal, which means it doesn't have any protection.
Sure. Okay.
David, do you guys also have a recommendation on what you're bringing to the Auto Pros meetup? Shirts, pants, underwear, socks, shoes,
Wearing clothes and
flannels,
good idea.
coats.
I'll
Those kind of
probably raw Pop-Tarts,
raw
Well,
Pop-Tarts as snacks.
snacks.
But yeah, if you want to, not to sound too presumptuous, but some people like to get stuff signed or something. Like if you want to do that.
Oh, you want to?
certainly
What you should bring?
could. What?
He's just saying, what you guys do? You have a recommendation on what you should bring to the Chicago Auto
Oh,
Pros meetup?
what we should bring?
Well, what are you saying? You want him to bring something for him to sign?
No. I just know like we get requests
probably-
to sign banners and
No,
stuff.
I'd
I'm
bring
like,
a
it's
charged
easier to do it in
phone.
person.
I'd bring
Yeah, but if
a
you think
phone that has the
realistically-
ability to take photos and. But yeah, I don't really think
You don't
need
have to do anything
I'd probably
special.
bring some cash in case you want to buy anything.
Yeah, maybe have a little money.
A little
Never know.
spending
Is
money.
it cash
You never
only?
know.
I thought they allowed for cards, but
He's just
Okay,
saying.
I'm just saying, have money.
Oh, okay,
maybe
yeah,
when
yeah.
you go. But
Dane's
I don't know.
I'm just taking it
not
literal.
all
saying
the,
money in your account. I guess.
right, yeah.
a lot of the detailing events that we've gone to, you kind of just find things to talk about,
Yeah.
and you don't really need to have a whole lot with you.
It's literally just like a hangout. It doesn't have to be any more than you make it. You just talk to people.
Yep.
Simple as that.
Long Island Detail Supply saying the 3.0 is definitely hot garbage. 2.3 or 2.5 with the M50D manual is definitely the GOAT.
That's a lot more solid, for sure.
Yep. Road Race Chevy says, I used PNS Absolute for the first time in a rinseless wash method. I've always used Absolute for an interior cleaner. I thought it was weird using rinseless for the first time. No need to rinse, but it cleaned great. Congrats, man. That's awesome.
Nice.
And then Gary says, I happen to have a 2.3 liter Turbo Ranger build happening. Slowly, but happening.
That's fun.
G. Davis says, will Luke Berge and his Amish rap mafia be at TR SEMA? He will not.
Sorry. Couldn't work out the dates.
Doors open, but
They
we'll
weren't
just see if
touring.
he arrives or not.
Yeah.
Joey Belinsky, I like to think of the 21 as JDM and the 15 as a nice tight Euro.
No, I mean, but typically, I mean,
As I said, 21 is more like a big American.
Yeah.
Like just going around and covering a big area quickly.
G. Davis says, what dilution of absolute and bead maker would you recommend using in my washer reservoir? Not any of that.
Stop
G.
it.
You
Just
know
stop.
better.
Stuff
Hilo
will
says,
freeze.
what towels would be the best to level ceramic coating? Thank you. The Pro Weaves. Any one of our Pro Weaves is going to be the best that you can use for coatings, whether it's the purple pearl, it's the green pearl, the orange pearl, the gray pearl. Find one that you like and go with it.
Yeah.
My guy Kirby says, okay, Dane, non-frosted. You are correct.
I don't care that much about it. I just wanted to point it out because I thought it was kind of silly.
Sapper and a Shelby, I love this show. Come talk to us about detailing towels and proceeds to spend 10 minutes talking about Pop-Tarts.
It's true.
G. Davis, a 50% discount on unfrosted Pop-Tarts if you use Dane's MoneyGram from Winco.
Well, that's the beauty is Winco sells Pop-Tarts, so you're covered. All right, on to page 1.
Oh,
But for trim that faded after washing, the trim with Absolute reapplying dressing didn't look the best because of that. It wasn't fully clean. Use it on a pretty dirty car. No pre-rinse, just rinseless. Yeah, just try pre-rinsing next time too. G. Davis, the Italian government banned the keto diet after Dane destroyed the train bathroom.
Keto, more like ketno.
Oh, man.
Aaron saying, is this a good detailing package in order? Express, basic, full. Yes, Aaron. That's very good. Make sure you define exactly the differences in Express. So
As
if
a
you're saying
consumer,
if you say with Express, like windows, interior, vacuum of carpets and seats, a light dash dusting, and a wash on the outside with tire dressing.
Yeah.
You could say that. And then a basic is like all of the Express plus maybe more in-depth wheel cleaning, vacuum obviously, but a more thorough interior plastic cleaning on that. And then a full would be shampooing of carpets and upholstery, in-depth interior plastics and door panels, wheels and tires, obviously wash, and maybe a light decon or polishing kind of thing, if that makes sense. Those are kind of the extra levels you could create.
I was going to point out going into that, though, as a consumer, assuming I don't know anything about detailing, whatever, I would be confused about Express versus Basic because they both sound similar.
You could also say
so
the
you'd
time.
want to clarify that.
You could say the time. Like I talked to a gentleman who said he went and got an Express detail done on his vehicle, and the vehicle he paid $40 for the Express interior, and he's like, they missed a bunch of stuff. And in my head, I go, well, it's because he paid for an Express service. Their job is to do it in 20 minutes or less. If you wanted a basic or an interior detail, then it's going to be more money. And he's like, well, I would have paid them more to do more. And I said, well, that's fine, but what you paid for was an express service. So those are things to remember. But yeah, I would always do that. Hugo says, in Chernobyl, the cars shine. Roadway says, I saw drops of Absolute on the car, have dirt in them, only rinseless I've ever used, and will stay like that. I'm going to try McKee's N914 O&R, but sticking with Absolute. Good work, man.
Yeah.
Then Hugo says, obviously, Chernobyl cars shine in a different way.
They certainly
Then
do.
Eve saying, you should see the door jams on my Mustang Mach-E. It's like 8 inches high. It takes half an hour just to wash it.
Yeah, what's Ford doing?
Kirby says, butter the holes. It's time to end this program. Larry says, just spread the butter across the top of the frosting.
But the thing is, though, it's literally okay. That's like putting
Anthony was
it's like putting a spray sealant on top of a hard paste wax. Like it's just gonna slide right off. You know what I mean? It's messy.
Yeah. And G says Anthony was banned from the Fresno 4-H Club for buttering holes. Aaron's the express package is like any other, basic in and out, and the basic is a wash and wax with light interior, and a full detail is one step. That's the biggest thing. Just make sure you define it for your customers.
Keep it simple so they understand.
Yep. Franco says the butter goes in between 2 Pop-Tarts sandwich style.
I could see that working potentially.
Joey, I just picked up a Grios G8 in a pinch after my Porter cable died. It's a sexy little 3-inch machine, I must say. There you go. Enjoy it. Dino says, gotta go. It's midnight in the EU. Take care. Get healthy. Keep slaying. Thanks, Dino. We appreciate it.
All right,
Love
take
you,
care,
man.
Dino.
Road Ray, gotta go now. Bye. Get better, Levi. Or I'm so gross. Is it me? One of my family members. Love it. Try to see what you think again. I think I'm is gross.
What is that? I don't know what that is.
I don't know what you mean. Ryan saying, appreciate the answer, guys. Harry Darren saying, guys, it comes to an end. Thank you for another great stream. After a week I've had, it's definitely been an escape. Everyone smash that like if you're not already subscribed.
Thank you, Darren.
David says, thanks for the live streams. I'll see you Tuesday on the podcast. Great weekend. G. Davis says, Dane's Express service includes the password to his MySpace account. Yeah. Larry saying, great show later, everyone. And Kirby saying, hit the like button and get well, Levi. Thank you, guys. We appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
So
what a show.
That's it. We did a great job. You guys did a great job. Thank you for keeping this lively and informative while being entertaining at the same time. We really can't do it without you, but, it's a team effort. So, speaking of which, team effort, please click the like button before you go today. Helps us out here on the Rag Company Podcast YouTube channel, building this up, get more people to check out our long-form stuff. It's a little different, so we really appreciate it, but thank you. And G. Davis saying, thanks, boys. Likewise, we appreciate
that was
you.
the question I had. G, on the next podcast, let's talk about that dang pitch clock for baseball this year.
Oh, dear.
I don't know how I feel about it.
Pitch clock. So they have to, pitch in a certain amount of time?
Butter me Dane. Yes.
Interesting. So they're doing it like football where they got the play clock.
Change the game is what it's going to do.
Ooh, I don't know about that. Okay, so anyway, please click like on your way out. Make sure you're subscribed to the Rag Company Podcast YouTube channel as well as the main Rag Company channel because we will have a new video coming out this weekend. So stay tuned for that. Everybody, take care. We'll catch up with you next week. Adios.
See ya.